I'll call this Bang Bang.
Seriously?
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Pull up, bitch.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
Objection. Objection.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. KO. Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang. Pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang. Pull up.
Bang, bang.
Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang. Pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
All right, Mr. Lally, your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor, the Commonwealth calls Trooper Michael Proctor to the stand. State your name and spell your last name for the jury.
Michael Proctor, 𝗺𝗏𝗺.
You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
My name's Aidan Kearney.
Known online as
Turtleboy and is a senior editor for
TBDailyNews.com.
They call me
Dr. Turtleboy.
It's my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. Timothy Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy. What's up, Slick? The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's quite the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist. Boom!
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
Crazy. People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started. Yo! What's up, people? How's everyone out there doing tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. God damn, people. What's going on, chat? Welcome to the live show. I am your fearless host. They call me, my name is Aidan Kearney, but you can call me a variety of nicknames if you'd like, up to and including Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name when I'm deep in the woods with my leather jacket on, solving murder mysteries deep in my thoughts. You can call me Journalism Jesus. That's my spiritual name. You can call me, what else? Turtleboy will do. Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy because if Judd Welch is a doctor, so am I. So please respect my pronouns. You can call me daddy if you'd like. It's not required, but it is welcomed. Different, derivatives of that up to. Sorry, I got something in my throat here. We got, excuse me, geez, Louise. Oh, crowd daddy, theater daddy, fridge daddy, daytime daddy. I don't care what you call me. If Dr. John is a doctor, then so are you. That means that's the new one. I like that one, Sarah. I like that. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp. And make sure you smash that subscribe button for me and hit the notification bell because you're never going to want to miss an impromptu live. I've been doing some random 10 o'clock daytime daddy streams as well. And Brow Daddy is another one they call me. Only when I'm covering the Lauren Matthias case and my Brow Daddy. But, it doesn't matter what you call me. Just be here. Smash that subscribe button. What are we up to for subscribers now? We finally passed 100. We were at 163,000 forever. And I'm like, let's get to 164. We were real close. And then JFK Gate happened. And next thing you know, we're down to like, whatchamacall? We're down to like 162, getting close to 161. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then we've just rebounded lately. We're up to now 164,690. Can we get to 165,000 tonight? How many people are watching? We just got 91. We just got one more. We got 3,700 people watching right now. I bet you at least 300 of you haven't hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, do it. Feel free to get a membership. You get to do cool emojis when you do that, and you get to be in green. So you're like upper class compared to everybody else. We just got 3 more. Nice. It keeps going up. Nice to see. Let's do it again. Oh, shit. One more. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. Don't cost nothing. So there's that. Also, if you want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight on the show, you can click at the link at the top. That brings you to something called Turtle Chat. And when you do that, you can pay whatever, say whatever, and write whatever, and I will read whatever you write, and it'll be cool. So you can go ahead and do that now if you'd like. You can also cash at me at $ @UncleTurtleboy, and we can do it that way. So let's see what we got so far. Let me refresh this. I think today is the 28th, I want to say. See if we got anyone yet. You got a couple. All right, that was quick. We got Lizzie's Divorce Papers sends $10 and goes, Microdots' new video was excellent. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that my favorite part was when he mentioned the child commonly known to Turtleboy fans as the closet baby. Free Turtleboy. That was pretty funny. The Microdots video, we're going to be going over some of it tonight, is his best work yet. And that's saying something because Richie's work is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. He's over 90,000 subs, by the way. I mean, Rich, he's earned every single one of them. His content is so freaking good, and he's loyal, and he's cool, and he's supportive. So everybody make sure you give Microdots a sub because it was really, really good. And we're going to be going over a lot of that tonight. It's just amazing. So go and watch it. It's already got 60,000 views in 24 hours. So you won't regret it. So go ahead and watch that. All right. Next, Patricia sends $5 and goes, LG is trying so hard to win you back. Sad. Yeah. She's even saying like nice things about me now, like supporting my case with Proctor. It's getting interesting. Again, number one requirement is some sort of admission that nobody was hit. Okay. Then we can move on to no one was pregnant. That's kind of big too. Baby Clay wasn't real. He was in my mind, but he wasn't actually real. Like in reality, he didn't exist in the flesh. Although if he did, he would have been an astronaut by now. Would have been dope. I think you might be right about that. I think this might be it too. I think she just wants me to stop suing. That might be it too. But, we're going to need some sort of admissions for negotiations. I don't know how that would work if we need an arbitrator or something. But, again, this person put me in jail for 60 days over what she knew was a lie. And we're going to get into, and as you saw in the thing last night, in the Microdots thing, it was bad. It also didn't rape her. I mean, that's the other thing. Like that needs to all be clarified. And I would appreciate too, some sort of like dunking on Grant, like calling Grant, like something like that. Like that would be great if she could publicly humiliate Grant too. And then we can negotiate from there. I don't know. All right, next. John sends $20 and goes, coming at you from the flight deck in South Carolina. What the hell does that mean? What a joke that JFK gang is. I'm a proud cheer dad too. I donate when I can to your defense fund, but tonight I would like for this dono to go to your little man for that awesome touchdown he had. Tell him it's from his dad's biggest fan in North Carolina. He'll appreciate that. That was a nice touchdown he had the other day. I agree. And yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't watched, I've seen clips. I'm not watching 5 hours of that. The Hood Booger Express, the Hood Booger Talk Radio. That's just what I call it now. And it's just like, I can't, I mean, it's just, I can't, like, who can listen to this shit? I can't believe anybody listens to this shit. But they had on last night this chick, the craziest bitch in the world, Diana Andrade or Diana Mata. And boy, let me tell you, this woman's something else. She is like she messages me, like she used to message me like every day in jail. Okay. And would send me videos just doing the randomest shit. And then when I got out, like she would just fucking nuts. She would be like the biggest supporter and then would just go nuts. And like after 𝗀𝗏𝗃 happened, she just went nuts on me. Like she loved, loyal. She called 𝗀𝗏𝗃 dad. I forget what she was calling him. Something like that. Some weird shit. Anyway, she was on last night and she had her ankle bracelet on. So that was cool. That was interesting. And I forget. She said she's coming to my kid's bus stop, and which I don't know how she's gonna do that with an ankle bracelet, but either way, she messaged me. I'll read the messages. She messaged me October 4th. Hey, if you need help with anything, let me know. I feel so bad for you. This shit is crazy. I won't hurt you in any way. I could do what Courtney was doing. I told Tim, Jen Altman is not a good person. What? So she wanted to take over and be Tim Bradle's new paralegal, apparently. So that, and then she goes, Aidan. And then October 4th, she says, Aidan, I am going to beat the ever-loving shit out of Meredith. She has been warned. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I got it's just like that's the same day. Those messages came the same day. Those are two separate thoughts. And then she messages me again and she goes, I can't fucking believe you. You have no clue who Randy Reamer is, aka JFK. Okay, yeah. Am I supposed to know who he is? I don't know. He's a guy on YouTube. He runs a sixth string YouTube show, which he's very sensitive about. Like if you mention sixth string YouTube show, he will cry. He will do several streams crying about that a lot. And then I'll bring James Jackson up there. Oh, and whatever you do on his streams, whatever you do on JFK's streams, do not ever mention the name Lauren Barry on his streams, especially when James Jackson's there. They don't like that at all. Okay. For the guy who just asks a lot of questions, that's his whole shtick. Yo, I just be asking questions, you know. Yo, Turtleboy, what's up with them recordings, yo? What's up with that? Like, do you be recorded? This is what people want to know. People want to know about this, but don't you dare ask. Don't you dare ask what happened to Lauren Barry 2 years ago when she died at the age of like 30 something. And don't you dare ask what James Amaral had to do with that. You can't ask that question. You can ask any question you want about a recording. Any question you want. That's what the people really want to know about. But what you can't ask about on his channel, because he gets real upset about this, and he will shut that shit down, block you, protect James feelings, you know, his feelings can't get hurt. You can't ask him if we got a Jesse Pinkman situation going on here. You can't ask that. It's a big no-no. You're not allowed to ask that question. Okay. So I don't know what happened to Lauren Barry. I was hoping maybe I saw it in the chat. Apparently someone was asking about that. And I'm like, who's that? And then I Googled her. And unfortunately, you know, James Amaral's Facebook page comes a lot when you Google her. And, you know, some interesting stuff. So I just have questions but you're not allowed to ask questions. So Mr. Like, I'm just, you know, because he's a journalist now too. So I'm like asking all these questions like, you know, oh yeah, we're asking this. They love to ask questions about that, you know? But I don't know anything about that. You're just not allowed to ask questions at all. He just wants to let you know, especially when, you got a guy, with the rap sheet like this. Like, so you can't even ask about like, what's up with all these charges, James? Like, I mean, this is just in what court is it? Oh, this is Malden District Court. Now, you're looking at these charges and you're like, well, some of these are a long time ago, right? Bro, why are you talking about 2006, 2008, drugs, license suspension, drug distribution? But Turtleboy, it was 2013. People changed. Totally. Right? That's Somerville District Court. I mean, I apologize. That's Malden District Court. Now, what about Somerville District Court? Oh, we got, okay, well, this is a little different. What do we got here? Well, these are even more charges. And a little more recent, 2024, 2020. Oh, he got a YouTube show then. He got charged with a crime the day I got out of jail. How about that? 2022. We got license suspension. You got to have a license when you drive. Drug possession, an abuse prevention order violation twice. That's interesting. License suspension again. Number plate violation of conceal ID. You can't ask about this shit, guys. You can't ask about this. They're clean. They have the moral high ground. Who cares about all that shit? Let's talk about a fucking recording, bro. We don't want to talk about dead girls and fucking rap sheets a mile long or anything like that. Or the fact that he clearly seems like he's on something. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about all that shit. We want to get the real shit people are talking about. Because they have the moral high ground, don't they, folks? They got the moral high ground over there. So we're going to talk about that, aren't we? So, we can't be asking about that. So I hope everything's okay. I hope everything's okay. And I told JFK, I was talking to him before, I was texting him before. He's a good dog now. He does as he's told. He repeats what he's told. He repeats lies that he's told. He's a good dog. He gets a pat on the head. He gets a widow invite to the court date next time, doesn't he? He's a good dog. You're a good dog, aren't you there, Randy? Good dog. Okay, next up. Goldilocks sends $10, goes, hey, Turtleboy, do you think the AIM account on Twitter is Karen Reed? I don't think so. I highly, highly, highly doubt that. It's an account that doesn't like me at all. Clearly hates me and is very supportive, of Karen Reed. But she's, that could be anyone. There's a lot of people. I highly, 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 highly doubt that. I think she would use her real name if she did it. She uses her real name on Facebook, so she doesn't seem like the fake account kind of person. I just hope that James Amaril's okay and his feelings aren't hurt if you ask what happened to Lauren Barry. You're not allowed to ask that. So just don't do it ever. All right, next. All right, next up we got Aaron sends $10, goes, as a Massachusetts resident, I never really paid attention to the justice system. I was in high school when I started reading your articles about crackheads in New Bedford. I'm happy to see your work is getting the attention it deserves. #free Turtleboy. And I miss doing the crackhead stories out of New Hampshire. The food stamp hippopotamus that we wrote about in 2017. Fall River got a Muppet. There were some good ones, So yeah, I don't know. But, all right, cool. Next. We have here, Woohoo Worldwide sends $25, goes, free speech daddy. The light you are shining on injustice and bullying is pretty epic to witness. Hoping all the best to you and your crew for your strength and bravery and for all you've sacrificed in service of others. Woohoo. Well, thank you very much, sir or ma'am, or whatever you are. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Okay. And I'm really sorry if that, I don't know what happened to her. It seems unfortunate, but I just want to, it can't have anything to do with James. I know James wouldn't have anything to do with that. It's not like he's been arrested before, with a 19-year-old who was high on drugs that he provided her or anything like that. James Jackson would never do anything like that. He has the moral high ground, man. He would never do anything like that. Like, he's getting to the bottom of recordings and shit. That's what he wants to do. So let the man do his thing. Stop asking about Lauren Barry. You're not allowed to ask that. Thank you. Next. Give him a break. Okay? It's not easy being James Amaral. Next up, we got Laura sends $5 and goes, thank goodness we won the divorce. They suck. Yeah, I mean, imagine that. Imagine you got stuck with that channel. Imagine you picked that side of the divorce, and now every night, well, what are we going to do tonight? We're going to go on we're going to watch a panel full of crackheads talk about, and then we're going to listen to music for 20 minutes. And then we're going to be like, yo, what's up with 𝗪𝐿𝐶𝐵 Fitzsimmons? Oh, for real, Jigga. We going to get Justice for Jigga. What? Yo, what up with that? Yo, Turtleboy, what up with them recordings, dog? Yo, that's messed up, Turtleboy. Yo, 𝗬𝗏𝗏, do you think? I mean, that's great. I mean, it's hard for me to compete with that. It's very hard for me to compete with that. I can't compete with that. I might as well surrender right now. They're going to drive me out of business. The 6-string channel, they've been anointed now. They got the blessing. So they are the top dogs now. So I got to bow to them. Anyway, so there's that. Next turtle chat we have here, Cash App. We have Jennifer sends $10 and goes, knowledge is power. Thank you for making us aware. My pleasure, Jennifer. I'm glad to help. Laura sends $5, goes, much love and great respect. Thank you. Much love to you, Laura. I appreciate that. Bubba sends $10 and goes, because fuck Leah Genduso. I did that once. Wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, it appears as if, I don't know where that came from, but thank you, Bub Doug. Joanne sends $25 and says, keep fighting the good fight. Fuck the haters. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Joanne. That's exactly what I'll do. Next. Carly sends $5, goes, take down 𝗪𝗏. Free Turtleboy. Oh, I wish I could. I so wish I could, but we'll see. Okay. Anything else here? Let me just refresh the turtle chats. Awen Reese sends $25. Oh, is this the woman whose video I watched today? This is a woman who I'm going to read her turtle chat first. She says, I want to say thank you for standing up to my bully, which is Lauren Matthias, when I lacked the strength to do it for myself. It sounds silly, but it has been amazing, and I'm ready to stand up for myself because of it. So Awen, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. She is a YouTuber, it looks like, and she did a stream, I think yesterday or the day before, that some people sent to me, and I listened to it today, and she's apparently been another victim of Lauren Matthias, who has been bullied by her, and the same threats about cease and desist and all that shit, just kind of threatened into silence and felt bullied by her. And she did a stream, and on her stream today, she said that she was like, that she felt like because watching me stand up to her bully made her feel empowered, and now she wants to speak her mind, which she was kind of afraid to do before. So my pleasure. Awen, I don't know if you have pronounced that, but I enjoyed your stream today. I did watch it on 1.5 speed. I can't listen to anything on 1 speed, so it went twice as fast as I normally would. But I'm glad that I helped inspire, because you got to stand up to the bullies, man. You can't let these people push you around like this. They're powerless. Take your power back from them. Next, Rhonda sends $10, goes, hi, Daddy. I'm new, and you are making me laugh. Thanks for the channel and having so much attitude. Well, I'm glad I can make you laugh, Rhonda, and I really appreciate the kind words there. Thank you. All right, cool. If anyone else wants their messages read out loud to the class, and I might have some Lauren Matthias guests when this is done, just to talk about this. Maybe I'll even get Christine up there. We'll see. But I don't know the legal implications of that. But anybody who wants to have their messages read out loud to the class, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat and pay whatever you want, say whatever you want, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy, and we can do it that way, whatever you prefer. So, with that said, quick announcement. So tomorrow, I think Lauren Murray is court with Krusty Panties tomorrow. She's she's been charged with another count of witness intimidation, believe it or not, out of Attleboro, against Mary Bagwell when she showed up to support the fake victim when Mary Bagwell was having charges against her. Remember, the fake victim threatened to kill Mary Bagwell and murder her kids or some shit like that. I don't know. But she got her charged for that. And 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝗡 showed up to a court date and apparently intimidated and had some words for Mary Bagwell. And so now she is being charged again. I don't know why she's not having her bail revoked. I don't know why James Jackson had all those charges and never went to jail. And because that's the thing. There's only two people in this whole state who are like ever held accountable and like they throw the book at you. Me and Karen Reed. That's about it. Like nobody else, everybody else in the state, like James Jackson's been charged with a million crimes, as you saw there, and just never goes to jail. Now they talk a big game, like they're like, we're ex-cons, we're this and that. You got a bunch of quaffs, brother. Like you got a bunch of charges. You never seem to have gone to jail for it. You're just a shitbag junkie, and that's it. Polos in the bag, right? I mean, that's your whole thing. So that's all you guys are. And now you're just grifting off of what everyone else is talking about. Like I get it. That's your shtick, isn't it? You know, and good for you. You know, it's America. Everyone can do that. But you know, all these. It seems like the only two people again are me and Karen Reed that are actually like, you know, there's no mercy for us. The state does not give up. And Cosgrove is just like he's got a million chances to bow out, and he's just not doing it for some reason. He's like, they've tried to put me in jail like 100 times, and that's the other thing. JFK did some rant, I guess, about he lied. He's just a liar. I mean, he's just lying about shit. He's lying about what it's like. Like he said that I could have gotten out of. So I spent my whole 60 days in medical, and he's like, "Yo, Turtleboy, you could have got out. You could have gotten to Gen Pop if you asked." That's, you know who says something like that? Somebody who's never been to jail. Somebody who's never been to jail. Somebody who acts like they've been to jail. Somebody who acts like they're kind of like hood and kind of street in order to kind of like build up their cred as like a rapper. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy being a white guy in the rap game. So you got to be like, I've been to jail. Like, I've been arrested. Polos in the bag. You know what I mean? What up with that? You know? And so he's got to act like he knows about jail. But he actually revealed when he said that he doesn't know shit about jail. Because you don't get to, it's not this is not the Holiday Inn. You don't get to pick your own room. You get there and you go where they tell you to go, period. And for what it's worth, and I wrote about this in my 5 entries. I wrote 5 articles in jail about like my experience, the Turtleboy Prison Chronicles. And I said there, that like after 20 days being in SEG basically, which is medical, it was hell. Medical is horrible. It smelled like shit. There's cameras in the room. There's crazy people up all night, keeping you up all night, right? It sucked. And you're in the cell for 21 hours a day. 21 hours a day. And so I would ask the other COs about like what's life like in these housing units. There's 4 other housing units, 1A, 2, and 2A. And they're breaking it all down for me. And they're like, you want to be in 1. That's like the one you want to be in. And like you want to be there because, there's not as crowded there, not as many problems there. You want to be in that one. And Frankie was there. We could have become friends. So I'm like, well, they're like, you got 9 hours of rec there. You get because every day, the only time I was out of my cell was 8 to 10 every morning. I went to Brian Walsh's unit, exercised there. And then 6:30 to 7:30, I went to the place where the bad kids went if they got in a fight. And they're like literally just in a cell 23 hours a day. So I would go there and exercise. And then it's back to my fucking loneliness. Horrible. And so I remember being there and just telling Bradle, I'm like, you got to get me out of here. You got to get me out of medical. You got to get me in Gen Pop. You got to get me somewhere. You got to get me in some sort of housing unit. Like, I don't care. And they're like, well, they're going to say that they're worried about something's going to happen to you there. If you get assaulted or something like that. I'm like, first of all, every time I go to the SHU, the prisoners love me. Every prisoner through their door wants to talk to me. Everybody knows who I am. I'm going to be well liked if I go to these housing unit because I'm writing about the district attorney. And they're all here because of the district attorney. They're coming after all of us. So I'm not worried about and like 90% of people in the Dedham House of Corrections are crackheads. I'm not afraid of a crackhead. Okay. Like we're talking just gross looking people. A lot of these people are just gross looking. It's not like real, like it's not San Quentin, you know, it's like crackheads from Weymouth. That's what it's filled with there. A lot of crackheads from Weymouth. It's not like a bunch of big, you know, muscular fucking dudes working out, lifers or anything. It's not like that. Brian Walsh is there, you know, I mean, people like that. So I'm not that worried about it. So like I got Bradle to have a meeting with the former Deputy Superintendent Tom Brady, the GOAT, the greediest of all time. He has unfortunately lost his job over a plumbing situation. The warden herself, and some other high-ranking administrative officials at the jail. And he was like, because I wanted to go to 𝗀𝐶's unit. 𝗀𝐶 was my prison barber, and he was in 1A. It was 1A and 1B. He was in 1A. And I'm like, he was telling every time I would get my hair cut, because that was like my only interaction with another prisoner was when 𝗀𝐶 would cut my hair. I'd get weekly haircuts just so I could talk to somebody else. And 𝗀𝐶 was this big black dude, you know, like but in like older, like not young, like 50s. And he was like he's like, oh, you got to come to 1A. You got to get here. 1A is great. You got to get to 1A. Okay, cool. And he's like, you'll be all set. Nobody's going to fuck with you there. Okay, cool. So like 𝗀𝐶 had my back. If I went to 1A, no one was going to fuck with me. So I wanted to go there. And so they had a big meeting, and the top officials there were like, no. But we wanted to go. You got to get him out of here. And they're like, no, if something happens to him there, then that's a liability. And what COs were telling me was that like, you got them scared. Like they are very worried that you are going to see something and then write about it when you get out. Like, what do you mean see something? Like, I don't know, something corrupt or something, you know, they don't want you seeing shit in the jail basically. So I'm like, okay, well, and I'm like, we got to have some sort of accommodations then, because this is horrible. This is like, I'm being punished. I'm in SEG. So like, I need something. I need football. That's what I need. I'm missing the playoffs. I missed wild card weekend. And I'm like, and so they set up a thing where for 3 hours I would go to like the intake, and they set up a big fucking TV there, and I'd watch it in intake by myself, you know? So I got to watch football for 3 hours, and that's it. All right. But, anyway, that's my jail story. So yeah, also tomorrow. So, Krusty Panties has that. Also tomorrow, I have court in New Jersey, not with Donna Bisbal. That one of those charges. I am not going to Patterson anymore for court. She is losing her mind over the fact she called Nan Gallagher. Did you guys see that? So Donna Bisbal is this woman who has a temporary order on me, as well as is attempting to get me charged with the crime of cyber harassment. She claims cyber harassing her. And she's like, apparently in New Jersey, you can just go in and file your own criminal complaint. And if a prosecutor wants to take it on, they can just charge you. Well, the prosecutor in Passaic Superior Court looked at this and said, no. And so it didn't go as she hoped. And so she then called, and I shared this on Twitter. You guys can go see it. But she then called Nan Gallagher and asked Nan to represent her. What's this thing? I'm not going to play it. Don't worry. So she called Nan Gallagher, and it's on my Twitter if you want to hear it. I'm not going to play it on here. But she called Nan Gallagher thinking, I think, that like there's a rift between Nan and I, because Nan went to the JFK show, and you know, I made an announcement the other day that people that went to the JFK show don't pretend to be supporters of mine, right? That's a comment I made. And so I think Donna kind of took advantage of that and contacted Nan and was like, asked her for legal advice. It's like, of all the attorneys in New Jersey, you had to call Nan Gallagher, who doesn't even really do this type of law. Like what does she need a lawyer for? Like she's represented by the state, right? What does she need? What's Nan going to do? So she contacts Nan kind of thinking that there would be a rift there. And it backfired on her because she left a voicemail for Nan and Nan just sent it to me. And I played it as like a peace offering, I think. I don't know. She did it. She let me know I still support you. And even if you think I don't, I do. And here's this. And so I played it, and goddamn, that did not go as they expected. That kind of backfired. So yeah, it's the crazy t-shirt lady who I wrote about. She sucks. Anyway, I have a hearing tomorrow with Lindsay Stachini, okay, who is a 𝗵𝗂𝗺𝗃 side chick, and she got a temporary order on me and is trying to get a full year order. And so I finally got the affidavit of, what she wrote about. Okay. And let's see what she says. Remember, this is the woman so employer, self, YouTube, viewer donations. All right. The undersigned complains that the defendant did commit or attempt to commit the following acts: stalking, cyber harassment. Okay. On 10/8, I published a blog. So that's stalking. A 9 a.m. live stream and another live stream at 9:30. Okay. It says it's stalking and cyber harassment. All right. Is the defendant in jail? She says out on bail. So that's a no. So she's never met me, but he's a blogger online. All right. Stalking, intimidation, harassment, doxing for hours every day. States he will never stop. Okay. So she says, I'll read this to you. She goes, Aidan Kearney is a YouTube blogger. He represents himself as an award-winning journalist. He covered a high-profile case in Boston, and I found his YouTube channel. I had always had a friendly interaction with him. On or around October 1st, it was revealed that Mr. Kearney illegally wiretapped the defendant in the high-profile case, allegedly. At the time, people on Twitter were posting encouragements to donate to Turtleboy's defense fund. He is currently out on bail and is charged with 16 felonies. That's untrue. I posted on Twitter that I would rather donate my money to the devil himself than to someone who has repeatedly picked up charges, regularly engages in serious harassment, and torturing people. 99% being female. 99% being female. So these are lies. There's no data to back up anything like that I torture people. Remember, this woman reached out to me for the sole purpose of using my platform to expose and humiliate 𝗺𝗁𝗆𝗄𝗃, which she does not mention anywhere in any of this. She doesn't mention that anywhere in any of this. So, goes on saying, he saw my post and took to his YouTube platform, which has about 160,000 followers and gets 100,000 plus views at times. Over the next few days, he has gone on his channel and said, for spite, that he is going to ruin my life. He is called, did I say ruin your life? Did I say ruin her life? I don't remember saying that. I remember saying I'm doing this out of spite for sure. You're allowed to do things out of spite. He has called me horrifying names and slurs. Doesn't say what they are. Doxed my husband, whatever that means. Also known as like Googling. I Googled him and I found out, I just reported that he was a lawyer. So there's that. His place of employment and my father, who she frequently brings up. They have both received horrible emails about me. I've been physically threatened by his large following. What does that mean? So nowhere on here does she say I physically threatened her. My large following physically threatened her. He spends hours on his live stream harassing me. Do I? I did one show on her, and it wasn't harassment. It was just exposing what she did. I think we need to get past this whole like exposing me for what I did is harassment. That's not how harassment works. Okay. So it goes on to say, hold on. Oh, static. Okay. Hold on. What does this person want? Hello, you live. You're live. All right, they don't. Why do they call you if they don't want to talk to you? Okay. Anyway, so back to this. It goes. What are they? This person's calling again. All right. Yeah, hello, you live tape. Who's this? I've gotten like 10 calls in a row from a blocked number. They're gonna call again. Watch. I'm gonna have to turn my phone off. All right. It's a blocked number. I can't call back. It's a blocked number. All right. So it says here, he spends hours on his live stream harassing me. I've done no such thing. Again. Oh, that's me. I hear myself on there. Hello, live to tape. So I heard me in the background. So it's someone who's watching me, apparently. But again, if imagine this happened to anyone else, if this happened to 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗍, she'd be like, "Oh my God, Turtleboy is doxing me," or something, semen everywhere. So she goes on to say, he has discussed my minor children. I mean, why do they always throw in the fucking kids? What have I said about her kids? That she has them? Like that she's a mother? That's all I've said. Who have now been doxed. Her kids have been doxed? In what way? I have clips and videos of him doing this. It has gotten worse every day, and I am terrified of this man. He said he will never, ever stop. When did I ever say that? Have I ever said that I don't care about her? This is shock and horror. I've taken down all my social media besides YouTube because I was getting flooded with hate messages. My husband is getting emails at work telling him to take my kids and allow me supervised visits only. He's called me a whore. Did I? Slut? Don't remember saying that. Cunt? Probably. Dumb fucking bitch? I don't know. Cocksucker? Don't remember saying that. Just to name a few. I mean, who cares if I'm doing... None of this is illegal. It's every day I am in constant fear and anxious from this. He is destroying my mental health, and my family is now feeling the repercussions. I am just so sick of people weaponizing the courts like this, like that I am, oh, my mental health is bad. I don't give a fuck about her mental health. Her mental health is not my problem. Go see a shrink if you have mental health problems. That's not my rights don't end because you claim to have mental health problems. It's not how the First Amendment works. He stated on 10/7 via a voicemail, we can do it this way or the turtle way. And he has since declared it will be the turtle way. Exactly. AKA, we can have a conversation about your comments, or I can just talk about it. And she chose the way in which I just talk about it. That's it. He called me on a live stream with 30,000 viewers and put my voicemail on speaker. It contained my full name. Okay. Now he titles his blogs and YouTube streams 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗍 because he said he wants my kids to Google me and forever see what a cunt whore they have for a mother. Does she have any evidence of any of this? I don't ever remember saying that I want their kids to think their mom is a cunt whore. Doesn't sound like me. See what a cunt whore they have for a mother. This is a pattern. He has done this to others, and I am terrified of what will happen next. So so that's that. And so I've prepared a response that I'm just going to read to you guys. It says, my name, hold on. How do I zoom in on this? All right. My name is Aidan Kearney, and I am a journalist and activist based out of Massachusetts. You know what she didn't mention anywhere in there? that the name Paul O'Keefe, like the fact that she fucked with a murder victim's brother. Like, she mentions the trial and the defendant. She doesn't mention anything about the fact that she intentionally fucked with a murder victim's brother just to fuck with him, and just pretended to be in love with him, got him to send sexual pictures and embarrassing messages that she then distributed to me for the purposes of humiliating him. She didn't mention anything about that. So this is my response. Okay. My name is Aidan Kearney. I'm a journalist and activist based out of Massachusetts who writes on, broadcasts about, and investigates matters of public concern. On January 31st, Lindsay 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍 first contacted me and began flirting with me by calling me daddy. She offered to share with me information about a man named Paul O'Keefe, who is the brother of deceased Boston police officer John O'Keefe, whose murder trial I have been extensively covering. Mrs. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍 was well aware that I had been critical of Paul O'Keefe's behavior since he supported the prosecution and I supported the defendant, Karen Reed, who I believe has been framed for John O'Keefe's murder. Ms. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍 told me that she also supported Karen Reed and that she had been messaging Paul O'Keefe for months, pretending to be in love with him. She informed me that Paul O'Keefe had been sending her secret messages via hand signals whenever he was on TV during Karen Reed court hearings, and that Mr. O'Keefe had admitted to her in writing that he was possibly intoxicated when he gave testimony during Miss Reed's first trial, which ended in a hung jury. Ms. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍 told me that she wanted me to expose Paul O'Keefe, who she described as a horrible person. She said that her goal was to humiliate Paul, and she had been getting the murder victim's brother to send her compromising images and messages of a sexual nature, which she then forwarded to me in the hopes that I would post them on my website and social media accounts. She told me that the goal was to humiliate him and win the favor of Karen Reed by doing so, and to get me to use my influence with Miss Reed to get Miss 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍 a seat next to the Reed family during their murder trial beginning in April of 2025. Now this is the truth, all this shit. Notice I don't have to be like, my children and doxing and my mental health and oh my God, he wrote a blog about me and now my mental health is all messed up. I'm just laying out facts. This is what happened. She goes on to say, I go on to say, I believed this story was worth telling, particularly because Paul O'Keefe told a complete stranger who he was having an online affair with that he gave testimony while he was drunk. I published the article on February 20th, citing Ms. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗍 as an anonymous source, and continued to communicate with her afterwards. She was thrilled with the article and the effect it was having on Paul O'Keefe, who she said she hated. Despite doing her courtesy of leaving her name out of the article, Ms. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗍 began to message various people and told them that I had done her wrong by humiliating Paul O'Keefe. She continued to defame me and smear my reputation online for months after that, and urged people not to donate to my legal defense fundraiser. As a result, I wrote another article in early October exposing her as the woman who had been intentionally deceiving Paul O'Keefe in order to cause him emotional harm before his brother's murder trial. In retaliation for my factual retelling of her deceit and betrayal, Ms. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗍 applied for and obtained a temporary ex parte order. I have never threatened or attempted to intimidate her in any way, but I have no idea what she told the judge in order to obtain the temporary order I have now. She wants this order because she wants me to take down the article exposing what she's done. She has repeatedly threatened me with her influence, as her husband is a lawyer and her father is a judge. Despite these threats, I never backed down. The temporary order was granted for cyber harassment. New Jersey law states that cyber harassment means conduct that occurs while making one or more communications in an online capacity with the purpose to harass another that involves 1, threatening to inflict injury or physical harm on another person, 2, knowingly sending or posting lewd, indecent, or obscene material to or about a person with the intent to emotionally harm a reasonable person, or 3, threatening to commit any crime against the person or the person's property. I have not communicated with her in any way that intended to inflict any sort of injury. I have not sent her any lewd or obscene material. In fact, the only person who sent any sort of obscene material was her. I have not threatened to commit a crime against Ms. 𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗍𝗍𝗍. Since publication of the article, I have not spoken to her at all, and all communications between us have been initiated by her. I have no desire to speak to her ever again, and I believe that she is weaponizing this order in an attempt to force me to take down the articles exposing her duplicitous behavior. That's how you affidavit people. That's how you affidavit right there. So she is intimidating witnesses and the murder victim's brother. And there's that. Okay, cool. All right. So what I want to get into now is Microdots video, the new Microdots video that came out. All right. So let's start putting on this. And this is so good. Now I might have to like skip certain parts because of the freaking music. He's got 9 Inch Nails on there. Definitely gonna I don't know how ritchie makes money on this because he's all copyrighted and shit. So I don't know if this video ever can actually make him money or not, but so let's see what we got here.
October 11th, 2023 was one of the darkest, most shocking days of the Free Karen Read movement. That was the morning Aidan Kearney, better known as Turtleboy, was first arrested and charged with witness intimidation. You see, by now Aidan was the most wanted man in the state, at least by the Norfolk DA's office. Not because he had broken any laws, but because his reporting was so effective it sparked an organic movement around him, one that exposed the state's crimes and left its officials deeply embarrassed.
Michael Morrissey, what a disgrace. John O'Keefe was a human being. He was also a police officer. Michael Morrissey is a scumbag. You're a scumbag. I'm going to throw Michael Morrissey. You're just as bad as he is. He covers up for drug dealers.
This was outside of Michael Morrissey's annual fundraiser in late August of 2023. He did not have that fundraiser this year, so that's worth noting.
With the benefit of hindsight and discovery materials in the form of text messages, we now know that Michael Morrissey and the state's witnesses in the Karen Read trial were scrambling to find a reason to arrest him.
He's covering up the murder of a Boston police officer. He's screaming out, and he won't even think it because he's a punk.
He is a punk.
Aidan was a 5-alarm fire of the highest order, and someone needed to do something.
Everyone stand by until I get word.
What's up, man? How you doing? Come here for a second. What? We got warrant. We got multiple arrest warrants. For what? I have to talk to Norfolk about it, which is... Yeah, you can in a minute. We'll take care of it in a minute. You have 9 arrest warrants. You're going to talk to the Norfolk.
Oh, really?
It's not us. We're just helping them out. Then we're leaving. They know more about them than me. I don't know anything about it. Am I going to Holden barracks? Yep. So we're going to bring you to Holden for a quick booking.
Tully.
Today, this morning. Can I please go to the garage? We'll take care. Just act like a gentleman. We'll continue the
Oh, yeah. I will treat you like a gentleman. Right. Search warrant.
He's okay. Hold on. You have the right to remain silent. Truth to speak.
This is Lieutenant Brian Tully of the Mass State Police, known as the highest-ranking officer involved in the cover-up of John O'Keefe's murder, and the cop who would ultimately lead the plan to put Turtleboy behind bars for once and for all. They managed to charge him with multiple counts of witness intimidation, carrying a maximum penalty of up to 110 years in prison and thousands of dollars in fines. But to their surprise, he was quickly released on bail and picked up right where he left off.
Oh, wait, is this the music? All right, let me fast forward this. Hold on, I don't want to get copyright strike.
Are you Richie?
This was the moment I met Lindsay. What I couldn't have known then was that she would play a key role in putting Aidan in jail before the new year, or that she herself would one day become the subject of my video.
I just want to say your videos are...
We'd exchanged a few friendly messages before her falling out with Aidan, so it
boy.
came as a shock when he revealed to me what had really been happening behind the scenes, and an even bigger surprise that she was the one who ultimately doxed me as the person behind this channel. She seemed to do it for no other reason than the simple fact that I was friends with Aidan.
Yep.
She went even further,
Yeah, he did nothing
fabricating
to her.
outright lies and intentionally misquoting my words, only to be spread online by her friends.
True. Yeah, there's like, so she started, like, Richie did nothing to her at all. Like, Richie was really nice to her. And so she would tell Crusty Panties, this is before, you know, I knew something was up in like early December or like after December 9th when I ended things with her. All of a sudden, Crusty Panties started tweeting shit out that was like really specific, things I only told her. Something about my daughter once she tweeted out, other stuff about like, I don't know, various things that I said, my relationship like I had beef with my mom once, and that was tweeted about, and she also doxed Richie, and this all came from her. Look at her. Are you worried about Rico at all? She's like telling him, like, this is what 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Richie didn't give a shit. I mean, he's not Mike Crawford. He's not just gonna, pack up shop and just shut down his whole channel because 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝐺 threatened him with some bullshit. Like, if 𝗚𝗏𝗄𝐺 threatens you with like RICO or feds, it's not real. Just they only want me. Just understand that they only want me. Go ahead. OPL, nice to see you. OPL stack. Sends $10 to Turtleboy. Let's do
A few months before Aidan's arrest, Lindsay began reaching out to him, sending flirtatious text messages and photos of herself in tight-fitting 𝗃_𝗏𝗺 t-shirts, all clearly designed to capture his attention. Her plan worked as intended. They began seeing each other, mostly under the radar. Aidan was still technically married and had very serious legal issues to contend with.
All of those instances involve criminal defendants trying to scare people from testifying. Do whatever means necessary.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that. I'm also not a criminal defendant in the 𝗂𝗏𝗏 case. Like, this case is about being is intimidating witnesses in the 𝗂𝗏𝗏 matter. I'm not involved in the 𝗂𝗏𝗏 matter. I'm just reporting on it. I'm not related to Karen. How's it going? I'm not related to Karen. I'm not speaking on her behalf. I'm not being sent by her.
There's hundreds of examples of reporters never been prosecuted or criticized even for showing up at people's sporting events, showing up at people's houses, taking video, asking tough questions. Those are the people that need the protection, Your Honor.
November 1st, 2023. Aidan's legal team asks the court to remove the no-contact order, arguing it interfered with his ability to continue reporting on the 𝗂𝗏𝗏 case and was a violation of his First Amendment rights. However, what truly concerned me was that none of the actions Aidan was accused of, most of which I personally witnessed, seemed unlawful in any way. It was obvious that the Norfolk DA was misusing the legal system to retaliate against him.
Exactly.
For a journalist to be arrested by the same individuals he's been exposing is a brazen abuse of power, and they didn't seem to care what anyone thought.
There's never been a prosecution like this, Your Honor, so there can't be any fair notice to this. This is behavior that is flashed across news screens all the time. Every journalist in this room probably has employed sharp tactics from time to time, getting in people's faces, showing up in people's driveways. It's not witness intimidation.
Exactly.
And you think a journalist can call up a witness and say, it's Turtleboy from them Advantage Boys. Bang, 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 bang. We'll fuck any of you dogs up.
Yo, Colin, it's Turtleboy from them Advantage Boys. Bang, 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 bang.
You think any journalist can call up a witness and say that and not have it be construed as witness intimidation or a threat?
Mr. Kearney was calling a witness and satirizing his threatening video that Mr. Kearney had seen.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, pussy.
Yeah.
Clean cold, boy, you be knocked out. KO. Bang, bang.
Yo, you're Advantage Boys. I will beat all your asses.
Yo, we'll fuck any of you dogs up.
10 years in prison for that
was
phone
a
call.
bit. Clearly knew that I was mocking Colin's behavior. I don't even know what the Advantage Boys are. I've never heard of them before I listened to Colin's video. I never used terms like bang, bang. Clearly, we were mocking him.
Yeah.
Setting forth the language under Section 13B. Clearly, was looking to prohibit things such as walking up to someone's front door.
Oh, this is great.
Or a
Watch
storm
this.
door with a glass
I love the Richie does great with this.
Is closed, but the interior
Watch
door
this.
is open. From walking up to that witness's door and videotaping the interior of the house.
Look at this. Look at this. This is it. This is what Mello was talking about. I'm just standing there. 10 years in jail for this. You can go to jail for 10 years. This act alone could get me 10 years in jail.
Walking up to someone's door, knocking on the door while the camera's rolling happens all the time in journalism. And if the door's open, you're going to see inside the house. People can put up a no trespassing sign. People can keep their door shut.
At the family home of Karen Reed tonight, no comment. Anything you would like to say to the officer's family?
That's not a crime. That's not witness.
Yeah, that was good runner count.
Clearly
Thank you.
Intended to prohibit an individual from chasing a state trooper across the street outside of this court with a bullhorn.
What have you done to follow up on the Fort Edge? What have you done? What have you done to follow up on that Fort Edge?
What Fort Edge?
Why did you not interview? Why did you not interview? Why did you not interview? What happened? Why did you not interview? What happened, sir? Until
Look at this. This is great what Richie does here. And by the way, I was the only one charged. We're all asking him questions.
There are other instances where he has approached people and stated online, life as you know it has changed. You won't be able to go anywhere without being photographed or followed.
This is a series of things that the government cites, just flatly cites behavior and expects a court to look at it and go, yup, that's witness intimidation.
protect our journalists, protect first rights, First Amendment.
All right, thanks for coming, everyone. Appreciate it. The only reason Aidan Kearney is the one on the chopping block here is because these prosecutors, these state troopers, they're lost in the fog of the battle here on the Karen Reed case. And Aidan Kearney is uncovering facts that hurt them.
Is 500 feet okay with you?
No, 0 feet is okay with me.
0 feet. So he got denied. That was Judge Krupp. He does not like me. So unfortunately, we have to argue our motion to dismiss. Now we fast forward to November 28th. A lot has happened between this and then most of it, like fake baby Clay was born, was conceived during this time. I found out about him. It was fucking with my head bad. So I have a hearing on November 28th in Stoughton District Court. On November 27th, the fake victim told me she sends me a picture from what she claims is an abortion clinic. So she's aborting Clay. And I'm like, that's not something you're supposed to do alone. Like, you need, like, do you want me to? And she's like, I can't do this. She's telling me. I'm like, then don't. Then don't. So I call her and I'm like, I'll pick you up. I'm like, are you okay? And like, you don't have to do this. And she's just like, you're making me do this. I'm like, definitely not doing that. Definitely not. That's not something that happened. Definitely not. So definitely I'm not making you do anything you don't want to do, or, definitely not. So, but I'll be here no matter what you do. So, I'm trying to be supportive here. So this is the 27th. And so I'm sitting in a Panera Bread in Worcester waiting to hear back from her. And she just doesn't call or text the whole day, the entire day. I just don't hear from her the entire day. And then, so I have no idea what happens. I go to bed that night, not knowing if Clay is alive or dead. I have no clue. And so I'm just waiting for her. And I later find out that she is, that is the day that she got Frankie locked back up. She like made some fake accounts or something like that and called herself and got Frankie violated for violating the order that she had on him. That's what she was doing that day. And she made a post in a Norwood Moms Facebook group saying, can anyone babysit my kids tomorrow? Because she was planning on coming to my court date. So I show up at court and I hadn't talked to her since. And then who pulls up next to me? She does. And I get out. I'm like, okay. So you're here. Well, I have some questions about the baby, and can we talk afterwards? And she's like, yeah, we could talk afterwards. So I have the hearing, and then afterwards we go to this like Dunkin' Donuts, and we just sat in the parking lot. We didn't even go in. And I'm like, so I'm in her car, and I'm just like, so what happened? I'm like, you didn't call me back? What's going on? And I'm like, what happened? She's like, I did it because you made me do it. And now I'm in pain and I didn't want to do it. And she's crying. And then she goes to me, she's like, we can still be together, can't we? I'm like, do you think we could be together? And I'm like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Because I'm just like, I'm not going to be like, see you later. Because, you're like, she's all fucked up. Don't worry. There's no baby. There's no abortion. The whole thing was a lie. I later found out that the picture she sent me from an abortion clinic was a December 2021 picture that she took when she was getting an abortion back then. And so, because it's got metadata on it, like December 7th, 2021. So I'm like, okay. So this is just like extra birth control for her. And, but there was no baby to abort this time, luckily. So we're good. And anyway, next thing you know, as it turns out, a week later, she told me like, psych, I didn't get the abortion and I'm still pregnant. And I'm like, okay, that's when I start realizing this might be a fake baby. Okay, something's going on here. All right. So anyway, November 28th, when she showed up to court that day, that was the scenario leading up to it, was that like, I didn't know if she aborted my baby at the time. I didn't know if she was pregnant. Of course, she never was pregnant, but like, that's my mentality when she's standing behind me.
We contend that this prosecution is pretextual, in violation of the First Amendment, and simply an excuse to seize Mr. Kearney's tools of his trade, his computers, his cell phones, the things that he uses and needs as a journalist. There's no reason whatsoever for the government to be retaining these devices. Investigators in these matters, they don't work with the phones or the computers. They take what's called a mirror image of the devices. The devices themselves are never touched again. For some reason, that's not happening here, Your Honor.
I would represent to the court that grand jury proceedings are underway.
So they have convened a grand jury to indict me. What is the basis for that? They did the same thing to Karen Reed. They although they upcharged her, so that's why they moved to the Superior Court. With me, it's essentially the same crimes, unless they have some new shit that they're going to try to add, which would not surprise me at all, which makes me think there's another arrest coming. So stay tuned.
Not having that equipment has not stopped Mr. Kearney one single bit. He is blogging away on the internet on a variety of different sites, a variety of different pages, on Twitter, on YouTube, on a number of other locations as well, from my understanding. And he's going at it several hours a day.
They clearly are offended that I am not stopping, that I'm just going to keep talking. Like, they really thought that I was going to shut up, and I'm not. Obviously, I would have liked to leave here with my cell phone devices. Regardless, I will get them back eventually, and they are not going to look through them. So I guess, in a way, we're kind of right where we started prior to today. All right, guys. Oh, nice to meet you.
There's Lindsay in the back, making a rare public appearance in support of Aidan. But that was about to change. Their relationship was already starting to unravel, and in exactly 11 days, it would completely fall apart.
I have to do the show tonight.
Are you kidding me?
These are real. So these are real text messages, and she ends up telling me, "Did your whore Karen tell you that I wasn't pregnant?" She tells me on this day.
It's my job, Lindsay.
You can fucking put it off for a day or skip it. I'm not taking them without someone here with me. So you clearly would rather have another child than spare a few hours of your life.
This is December 9th. She's telling me, cancel the live show and come over my house for the fake abortion. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think you're pregnant. I'm not coming over. We're not. You've already done like 2 fake abortions. I can't do any more fake abortions. Okay? I can't do it. I got shit to do. I got work to do. You're just fucking with me. I'm not doing this, you know?
I'm going to have a much more important job as a father of 3.
Don't worry, this is not the actual ultrasound.
Aidan was under immense pressure, now facing 16 counts of felony witness intimidation. The married father of 2 was being told by a woman he'd been involved with, who already had 4 young children of her own, that she was pregnant. Regardless, Aidan went on his live show at 9 p.m., prioritizing his job over her demands. And Lindsay was furious.
Yes, hello, bro. Everybody say hi to Brian Tully. I'm sorry you look like a human penis. It's really unfortunate. I'm sorry that you're going around looking for leads in light of the bad news this week. I know that Brian Tully had a bad week this week.
Multiple sources tell 25 Investigates the U.S. Attorney's Office is examining local and state law enforcement's handling of the Reed case. And 2 FBI agents have been questioning people in and around Canton and reviewing documents from the Norfolk DA's office and the Canton Police Department.
I personally, if I was in Brian Tully's position, I would be more worried about like making a deal.
The only people who followed the show more closely than Turtleboy's fans were his enemies. Even while facing serious charges, Aidan continued to speak openly about their guilt every day. This, no doubt, enraged them and primed them to seize the opportunity coming their way.
With the feds, or, you know, who can I rat on first here? Like, can I rat on Proctor? Who can I blame? Can I blame 𝗺cie?
Near the end of the show, Aidan called Lindsay out directly. Without ever saying her name, he made it clear he knew she was the one behind the Jane account.
Oh, the Jane account. Them receipts. By the way, shout out to Jane. You know who you are, Jane. You know who you are. It wasn't that hard to figure out. Okay.
Anyway, she later claims that you talked about me on the show. I never said her name. I'm like, if you're not the Jane account, then you got nothing to worry about. But as it turns out,
40 days prior, Lindsay had created a Twitter account with the handle Jane. She had used this account to spread negativity about Aidan.
Can we be hopeful that he will actually get jail time? Or is that just wishful thinking?
Release flattering pictures of herself and say complimentary things about her appearance.
Look at this. I can understand critiquing her judgment, but her looks, that's a reach. She's beautiful. Let's remember, it's him who's ugly on the inside and out. Does anyone know if she has a Twitter account? I hope someone shows her and she gets the hell out of Dodge. So this is her making meanwhile, like, she's telling me to my face, like, oh, you know, I want to be with you, and we are having this fake baby together, and you know, all this good stuff, and you know, you're a great guy, and we support you, and blah blah blah. And then there's Jane at the same time.
She's beautiful. Remember, he's the ugly one, inside and out. Does anyone know if she's on Twitter? Very interesting. He keeps contradicting himself. He said he needs more people to donate because his bill is 6 figures.
Throughout their entire relationship, she had been living a double life, supporting and encouraging him to his face, while secretly tearing him down online. However, that night, Lindsay's darker side revealed itself, her intentions made unmistakably clear.
Karen's guilty as fuck, and I've known it for quite a while now to keep biting my tongue, and you know it too. But you just keep going.
You think Karen Reed is guilty?
And I am gonna be your worst nightmare for 18 years. Your worst fucking nightmare.
Is that a threat?
No, it's a promise. It's a promise. I'm gonna be dropping off that fetal alcohol syndrome baby at your house with you and Julie. While I go and party my fucking life away. You can fuck yourself. I'm gonna fucking be your biggest regret of your life.
You're
That's
gonna
right. Remember this, Aidan, and fucking remember it. Because guess what? You think things are bad now?
You think night?
Hold on for the ride of your life.
All right, what are you gonna do?
I hope you fucking consider this and change your mind before it's too late, because it's not gonna be pretty. And you can look back to the next 18 years and say, shit, why did I just have to go to her house for 3 hours and fucking help her out? Because I'm a selfish cunt? I'm gonna fuck you so fucking hard up the ass. Just fucking watch.
That's nice.
While Aidan continued his broadcast.
So those were all on December 9th. This is all December 9th. This was what happens when you break up with her. This is what she does.
On the night of December 9th, she was busy working behind the scenes, attempting to forge new alliances. The confrontation pushed Lindsay, for the first time, to reach out to 4 of Aidan's most publicly known enemies. 𝗟𝗟𝗄𝗆, a former Massachusetts state police trooper who was dishonorably discharged in 2018. An internal investigation revealed she had hidden her past involvement in a drug trafficking operation.
So the first person she messages that night is 𝗟𝗟𝗄𝗆, who is, you know, a woman who I wrote about in 2018 when she was a state trooper, and I found out she was also a drug dealer and laundered a whole bunch of money, including $20,000 that went to Hank Brennan, and somehow became a state trooper because she was dating the Lieutenant Colonel Dan Ristine. And, you know, when you do that, you get to get on the force. She gets on the force, gets the job in K9, dumps him because she doesn't need him anymore. And, so I wrote about her, and she loses her job over this. Fast forward 2 years later, she comes back on the show. We do an interview. She goes all full Jenny on the block of me, a little cleavage showing. She says she wants to meet up for a drink. I end up wearing the uniform that I took from her. Next thing you know, we're in the fucking tub every Friday night, and that doesn't end well. And she goes to the dark side, befriends 𝗵𝗵𝗆, sends her pornographic videos and pictures of me that are then distributed by 𝗪𝗪𝒠ty Panties all over the internet that Sean of the Gulf shared like a month ago. And 𝗟𝗟𝗄𝗆 is the one that put all this out there. So that's the background her. And he, of course, so she knows all this. Lindsay knows all this. So then she goes and reaches out to Leah that night because she's just looking for another ex, fling to align herself with. And they have the same initials and everything. So LG1, LG2.
She apparently still holds a grudge against Aidan, since it was his reporting that led to her firing. The women's text exchanges included statements such as, "I really just am so furious and determined now to get this fool. My adrenaline and anger's been fueling me. And we'll play him at his own game."
This is what she says. This is what she says in writing to 𝗟𝗟𝗄𝗆.
Jill Daniels, a member of the
She
Albert family
reached out to
and
Jill
someone
that
Aidan
night.
had clashed with on a few occasions.
Karen did it. So fucking lay on that and fucking figure that out. Oh, fuck.
They threatened Alan Jackson the other day, and
I knew Alan Jackson, buddy.
And would again in the future.
Look who's here. Here she is.
And Catherine Peter, an individual who has made it her life's mission to take down Turtleboy. She was already working with the Massachusetts State Police as an informant against Aidan. Her contribution had been essential in the manufacturing of his witness intimidation charges. So when a message came in from Lindsay, someone close to Aidan and ready to turn on him, it wasn't merely interesting to her. It was intoxicating, irresistible, and exactly the kind of moment she had been waiting for.
And I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to fucking do with it because you're a dumb motherfucker.
The two women bonded over their shared hatred of Turtleboy and instantly began plotting against him. Over the next 3 days, text messages showed a calculated plan taking shape to put Aidan in jail. But they can't do anything to him on their own. They'll need help from Aidan's more powerful enemies. Kate decides it's time to put Lindsay in touch with disreputable Special Prosecutor 𝗫𝗏𝗄𝗃, the man responsible for building the existing witness intimidation case against Aidan. He speaks to her through his burner account, safely out of reach from public records requests, and in turn he connects her with Lieutenant Brian Tully of the Massachusetts State Police. The four-person team now assembled is prepared to conspire against their loudest critic and put him in jail. Detective Tully would have immediately recognized the rare opportunity before him. It's not every day a scorned mistress reaches out, ready to flip. Christmas, it seems, had come early. Lindsay and Tully speak and make arrangements to meet at Lindsay's apartment on December 14th. December 14th. Lieutenant Tully visits Lindsay's apartment for the first time. He interviews her, grasping for information he can use to tie Aidan to an alleged conspiracy with Karen Reed. She told Tully about her knowledge of their communications, including their use of the Signal app and their use of an intermediary named Natalie. Lindsay's phone extraction reveals that immediately after Tully left, Lindsay and Catherine Peter had multiple calls between them. Based on that extraction, it's believed that between December 9th and 14th, the plan was finalized and set in motion to bait and trap Aidan into violating the conditions of his bail, sending him straight to jail for 90 days.
Okay.
December 16th. Aidan speaks at a Karen Reed and Turtleboy protest on the lawn of the Canton police station.
They're only doing this because I'm writing these words on the internet. And I'm going on my show and saying these things, but it's not happening in front of them. Well, that changed in June when I started showing up to court, or May, when I started showing up to court and asking questions of people who had the audacity to go to court with their Justice for JJ Walmart buttons on and pretend like they give a shit about 𝗀𝗄𝗃's family, when in fact they participated in murdering him. And I couldn't believe that no other media is going to ask these people questions. Well, I will. So I did show up, and I started asking them relevant questions. Well, I have rights too. And I can go to public sporting events, even if it is a high school lacrosse game, and I can walk to the top of the bleachers, and I can ask you these questions for 5 minutes, and then leave voluntarily, which I did. And then I can hold a peaceful protest in your town, and I can go from door to door, standing outside for 7 minutes, explaining what the homeowners did to cover up a murder. You can do that in a free country, but they don't think you can.
Tully. Crusty.
I'm facing 9 felonies and counting. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. They don't scare me in the least bit because I know a year from now, I'm not going to be the one with charges on my name.
December 22nd. Aidan is indicted in Norfolk Superior Court and again attempts to lift the no-contact order, which has been hindering his ability to freely report on the Karen Reed case.
You guys been on the blog. You don't know who I am.
Giannetti.
You don't know who I am.
Oh, so Giannetti shows. If you guys don't know Giannetti, again, I've been writing about Giannetti for years. He is the most infant. We call him the Hyde Park meth mongoose. He is a notorious crackhead who has killed lots of women via drug use. He dates only crackheads. He's got a baby with one whose mother he was also banging. He is insane. He thinks I'm in his devices. He's accusing me of hacking his Facebook. He's fucking high all the time, but I've never seen him in person. I'm like, so how did Giannetti just shows up for the first time in my life at my arraignment on December 22nd? And now I know what I didn't know before was that she had been messaging with, she reached out to Mike Giannetti too. And they don't make any sense. If you've seen Jason Broyles and others have put the whole thing out there so you can see it there. I can't share because of the protective order, but others have put this whole thing out there and she's been messaging with this guy. And so she sent him there. I'm like, how the fuck did Giannetti end up at my shit? As it turns out, he also said I was a woman. He insists I'm a woman, that I'm just cosplaying or whatever. Lisa Haynes. Yeah, he hates when I say justice for Lisa Hainsworth. Oh, dude, that makes him go nuts when I say that. Because that's a woman who woke up dead next to him. I think I have one Giannetti video here. Do I have one? Here it is.
It was, because guess what? Within 3 days, the two people I told him I was going to call, my household neighborhood did, and then you had this dickhead online doing that. He's a sex offender. You're not even supposed to post children. That's why you notice his name is never Aidan Kearney. All right? It's either Clarence Emerson, or it's either Turtleboy, or it's Uncle Turtleboy, or it's fucking swallowed it. Whatever the case may be, okay? I've asked him, give me back my music. He took all my music, all my Facebooks, all my masters. They copyrighted my name. I have over 600 messages the last 3 days ago on.
That's Giannetti. So he shows up for the first time ever after she sends him there.
What did he do to your son? What did he do? Wiretapping, fraud, stealing, sending pictures, change my phone number within 10 minutes. He says, you can't get away from me that quick. Your girlfriend's in a red car. I gotta sleep with her. Does he like you? Free Turtleboy, nothing. He's going to jail for a long time.
Free Turtleboy.
The Fed's got a 90% conviction rate. Even if he beats one of them and gets one, he's gone for a long time. You know what's going to happen to him? I'm going to send a letter up to people I know not fuck Rizzy. He's a skinner. He touched a boy, soccer. I have the proof on the phone.
Who's this on your side?
You came in asking me to set a set of release conditions that you knew Mr. Kearney wasn't going to consent to. He objected to it before in the district court. You're not giving me any authority to indicate that I have the right or the power to impose conditions on his release. I don't have to order him not to commit crimes. If he commits another crime, he'll be in front of the court on a violation notice.
Stand up and we fight back. Freedom of speech is under attack. We stand up and we.
My catchphrase. I'm amazed.
You're Giannetti. You're Giannetti.
My catchphrase. I'm amazed how anyone gives you money. What about me? What about my son? Listen. Yeah, what about Aidan? Tell him about me. Tell him about me. Wait, get off me. Tell him about me, Aidan. Tell him about me.
There's no conditions of release. There's no nothing. It's just straight personal recognizance. The most lenient
look what it is.
Determination you could possibly get.
I don't know, James. She seems like a supporter, man. Nan's my girl. I know that hurts you, but she's a supporter of you, but she's also a supporter of me. So I don't know. I think Nan can speak for herself. She says she's a supporter. So justice for Lauren Berry. What's up with that? I got some questions for you.
So those conditions that had been at the district court are now gone.
They're gone, correct.
It was a small but significant victory for Aidan. The no-contact order was lifted, allowing him to report without restrictions, and the charges related to Julie Albert were dropped. However, new charges were simultaneously added, this time from Brian Albert and Trooper Boo Kennick. Aidan was now facing felony witness intimidation charges involving 9 individuals, each carrying potential penalties of more than a decade in prison. But what he had no way of knowing at the time was that the final pieces were being moved into place to completely and utterly destroy him. Later that same day, after the hearing, Brian Tully went to Lindsay's apartment for the second time. He brought with him a falsified grand jury summons, stating that Lindsay was required to appear and testify as a witness 2 days after Christmas. It was the ultimate honeypot, guaranteed to command Aidan's attention. Nothing could be more alluring than inside information about their plans to take him down. It was an offer he simply could not refuse.
Hey, it's me. I'm really scared. 𝗬𝗟 came to my house and dropped off a grand jury.
These are her
summons.
texts.
I don't know what any of this means. And I'm really sorry I betrayed you. I had a lot on my mind. Come over tomorrow night. I'll show you everything. We need to get on the same page.
That's literally what happened. Is like she sends me the fake grand jury summons that 𝗬𝗟 gave her as bait. All right. And she's like, I have to testify in front of this grand jury. And 𝗬𝗟 told me I don't need a lawyer. And I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. You do need a lawyer. Everyone should have a lawyer. Everyone else has a lawyer. All the McAlberts have a lawyer. You should have a lawyer. Like, you're going in front of a grand jury. You should definitely have a lawyer. And she's obviously broke. So she's like, hey, can you help me? And I'm like, sure, I could get you a lawyer. There was no rules or strings attached to the lawyer. Yeah, I can call up a lawyer friend and see what we can do. I know a couple lawyers around Worcester, whatever. I mean, obviously my lawyer can't represent you because you're testifying at a grand jury involving me, But she's like, she said that she wanted to like tell all. Like, she's like, I want to show you this whole thing. It's gone too far. I'm so sorry. I betrayed you. She's crying her eyes out. Really put it on heavy. And I'm like, okay. Well, so curiosity got the cat. I didn't go over there to get laid. I didn't go over there to intimidate her or anything. I went over there because she invited me over there, and she offered to let me read all the messages on her phone, primarily between her and 𝗀𝗄𝗏. Like, those are the ones that I was most interested in because I wanted to see what these people were up to. And she's offering to let me see all this shit. And it was just an offer I couldn't refuse. So that's why I went over there. There was nothing else more to it. And she was going to let me see it all. That's it. There was no intimidation. And it wasn't a sex visit, like this whole about you couldn't keep it in your pants. That's not why I went over there. That ended up happening, but that's not why I went over there. I actually say in the messages, I can't sleep over.
At around 8 p.m., Aidan got into his 2023 Lexus RX 350 and started the hour's drive to Lindsay's apartment in Medfield, Mass. He arrives at 9 p.m. and parks his vehicle in the first spot in the rear of the parking lot. He exits, then walks across to the front entrance of the complex. Built in 2022, the Aura luxury apartment building contains 4 floors, with a total of 56 units, with sizes ranging from 1 to 3 bedrooms. Residents enjoy access to premium amenities, including an entertainment lounge, a state-of-the-art fitness center, a yoga studio, gas grills, and fire pits. Lindsay greeted Aidan in this location momentarily, before deciding to move to the more private conference room next door. The two spoke for approximately 90 minutes. She showed him the fake grand jury summons. She confessed that out of anger, she had turned to 𝗀𝗄𝗏, who pushed her toward Brian 𝗬𝗟 and Ken Mello. She said that she was frightened when 𝗬𝗟 demanded her phone, pressured her to face the grand jury, and insisted she didn't need a lawyer. Aidan told her that she did. She expressed deep regret, saying she'd made a big mistake. However, she wouldn't let Aidan see her phone just yet. At approximately 10:45, while Aidan waits in the conference room, Lindsay excuses herself to the nearby ladies' restroom, where she sends a text message to Ken Mello, warning him not to call or text because Aidan will be looking through her phone.
Oh, dude, this is the best. The Ken Mello AI shit. What are these? Lipitor? Wait, what's Lipitor for? I guess Lipitor. It's for cholesterol. Oh, God. And that's great. Of course he has that. But this is exactly what I imagine Ken Mello's house looking like.
Special Prosecutor Ken Mello
This
receives
fridge,
the message.
the fridge.
And immediately calls Lieutenant Detective Brian 𝗬𝗟. They lightly acknowledged that the big moment was approaching and that both should remain on standby. They were in for a long night, but nothing was more important than taking Turtleboy down. The trap was set.
The wife
Now,
beater.
they wait.
The wife beater.
And that both
Hold
should
on.
remain on standby.
This is one of my favorite images, just with the hairy back and the wife beater. This is great.
For a long night, but nothing was more important than taking Turtleboy down. The trap was set. Now they wait. Lindsay's been gone too long. Aidan is expecting her back in the conference room. It's time to get on to the next crucial stage of the plan. Lure Aidan into her apartment. Stay focused. You can do this. Lindsay exits the restroom and walks back into the conference room. Almost instantly, her phone lit up with calls from her son, awake, pleading for her to return. Aidan would later say he believed this was staged, an excuse to get him into the apartment. Aidan had insisted they meet in a public area of the building for his own safety, but the temptation to read Lindsay's private messages with police about him was too strong to resist.
Yep.
At 11 p.m., together they left the conference room and walked up the main corridor, past the lobby, to Lindsay's unit.
This is where it starts getting really good.
This is an exact model of Lindsay's apartment,
Unit
Unit 107, made from architectural floor plans and verified by Aidan. Lindsay and her 4 young children live here together. The front entrance is located here. In the first bedroom, one child is asleep. As were 2 other children, in the bedroom next door. In a third room, intended to be a walk-in closet, is the baby.
This apartment was really nice. Like, it was that's people like, how'd you fall for this? I'm like, bro, she had a really nice apartment. When I first went over there, I'm like, oh, this is fucking real nice. I didn't even think about like what it costs. I'm like, it's a nice town like Medfield. I'm like, I ended up looking up what it costs. It costs $4,200 a month to rent this place. And she was paying $500, as it turns out. So like, you know, we're talking master craft at like getting those, you know, getting the government dole basically. So it was nice. It had a really big closet, as you can see.
Widely known to fans of Turtleboy as Closet Baby. Aidan and Lindsay proceed directly to the living room. They began the slow process of combing through messages on Lindsay's phone. She refused to let him take pictures or screenshots, but permitted him to jot down notes as she revealed what was on the screen.
And like, cause I was like doing them, like, I'm like, well, that's part of like, I'm like, well, she doesn't live in, we're not in Holyoke here. You know, we're not in Chelsea or some shit. Like, this is nice. Like, it made me think that I'm like, well, I don't know this girl. I don't know anything about her. She got 4 kids in a nice apartment. She must be, maybe she's sitting on a trust fund. Maybe daddy's rich, you know, maybe something like that. But as it turns out, the taxpayers are just paying for all this shit. And she's just really good at it. And so, yeah, Closet Baby was like 2.5 at the time, I think. The next one was like 3. There was a 5-year-old. There was a 12-year-old. There was all types of kids, all over the place.
Aidan was stunned by what he saw, shocked not only by the contents of the messages, but also by the sheer volume. And then Lindsay did something manipulative.
So I'm going to fast forward because this has music in it. So the timing of this is a little bit different. So we looked through her phone for we got in there at 11 o'clock. We went through her phone for from about 11 till 2:30. So it was like 3.5 hours of just reading her phone messages. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like taking notes on it the whole time. She takes the abortion pills after, then immediately afterwards, like the first thing she wanted to do, she just starts kissing me immediately afterwards. And I'm like, whatever. Okay. And, you know, I'm not going to say no. Probably should have in hindsight. But I don't think it would have made a difference either way. She probably would have been more mad if I didn't. Like, in her mind, she did this all for me for that. Like, that was the payoff. Like, we're going to hook up, right? Like, obviously, like, so like she did me this huge favor. So I'm going to do her a favor. Like, that's what she wanted. So, you know, and then after that, it's like, okay, time to go. And that's when she takes the abortion pills.
By 2:30 a.m., they had finished going over Lindsay's messages. Aidan had just seen hard evidence of total betrayal. He had Lindsay's confession laced with remorse. He had suspected her for weeks, but the contents of her phone told the story in detail. But not the whole story. She, of course, withheld that Brian Tully had issued her a fake grand jury summons to get him inside her apartment. Then she could accuse him of almost anything that would trigger a parole violation.
Well, did she withheld that? I mean, she showed me the grand jury summons, and it was fake, but not fake. Like, the grand jury summons was for December 27th, and we don't know what they never ended up having it. So that clearly, that's what we mean by fake. It never happened. She ends up testifying in front of a grand jury 2 months later in regards to the incident that happens this night, not the stuff that she was given the summons for.
And she failed to tell Aidan that the second he stepped foot in her apartment, his fate was sealed. Yet, Aidan wasn't angry.
That's a good
He later
question.
said he felt sorry for her, even offering to pay for her attorney, believing that her cooperation could strengthen his case. He had believed that she was truly sorry. For the past 3.5 hours, Aidan had been taking detailed notes, filling many pages of his notebook. Him and Lindsay then moved to the master bedroom, where they were intimate for the next 30 minutes.
That's an impressive amount of time, I have to be honest. I'm not sure if it was 30 minutes. Either way, impressive.
Afterward, at 3 a.m., Aidan said he wanted to go home. The remark ignited fury in Lindsay. She told him she had taken the abortion pills. It was a tactic, a way to force Aidan to stay the night. She told him the pills were like giving birth, and that she couldn't possibly be left alone. However, Aidan was 99% sure at this point that she was lying about her pregnancy.
So she did take the pills. Because I saw the pills there earlier, and then they were gone. One of them fell. You hear me in the audio, Bill. She took 3 of them. One of them fell on the floor. And so what happens then, when you have when you take the abortion pill, you take 1, and then baby Clay's dead. And then you take 4, and then baby Clay's flushed out. And so that's how it's supposed to work. And so apparently that part is painful, I guess. I don't know. I've never done this before. And luckily there's no baby. So she's like, okay, I'm doing it right now on Christmas Eve. I'm going to have a fucking abortion at 3 a.m. Okay. But she actually takes the fucking pills. And now she's like, it's going to hurt for 3 hours. You have to stay. You can't leave. This is all just a way to get me to stay there. It's bad, I guess. It's pain, but it's like not, I don't know. She wasn't pregnant, guys. She wasn't fucking pregnant. Exactly. None of this matters shit. That's what makes it more psychotic. This is the picture that she had sent me a couple weeks prior. And the metadata on this picture shows that it was taken May of 2023. That was before I met her. So she got pregnant in May of 2023 with Frankie's baby and then aborted that baby with the abortion pills. And then she had a couple abortion pills left over. And that's what she took that night. Okay.
Already figured out that the photo of the positive tests she sent was taken before she met him, and her story kept changing, so he insisted on leaving. In response, she rushed into the living room, tore out the pages of notes Aidan had taken and hid them in her shirt. She refused to hand them back until morning, only after he had spent the night. It is at this moment that Aidan sensed danger. Lindsay was spiraling. He made her aware that he would start recording their conversation. These are excerpts of that recording. Be warned. This is going to be difficult to listen to. You will hear Lindsay have what can only be described as a nervous breakdown.
Or manipulation.
But please remember, she's pretending to be pregnant and lying about taking abortion pills, while she's begging him to stay over, while also setting him up to go to jail.
I don't even think it's a nervous breakdown. I just think it's complete and total manipulation. That's all this was. Calculated manipulation, contrived tears, the works. Because in hindsight, what did she have to be upset about? There's no reason for her to be this upset. She's mad because I'm leaving. That's it. That's literally it. I am leaving and she doesn't want me to leave. That's it. How could she possibly be this upset?
I'm still recording.
Yeah, I know. Leaving me after I took these pills, after you lied to my face just now, to try to walk out.
And for all the people like, oh, Turtleboy, why would Turtleboy be recording shit, yo? This is why. Would you imagine I didn't record this? That's why. Because when bitches be acting crazy in your presence, you got to document that shit. You got to protect yourself. That's what I do. I protect myself.
Now, You realize I'm mandated reported, right? You want to fuck with me in my house and make me sit here and do this alone? When all you have to do for 3 hours is to sit here? Fuck you. I'll fucking play your game, Aidan. All you have to fucking do is you lie to me. All you have to do is sit there. But for some reason, you have to fucking get going at 3 a.m. I wonder why. Because you're a fucking liar and a user. No, you're a liar and a user. You just stood there and said, okay, I'll stay. And then as soon as I put them in my mouth, you fucking do this shit. You're a fucking psychopath. You're deranged. Something's wrong with you. You weren't built right. You were born with something with your wiring fucking off that makes you a fucking psycho. You're psychotic. No fucking man acts this way. No man thinks his whole life is an online world with fucking online fucking people. Like, oh, shit. Like, you literally think like that's the whole world. Like, because you're a dweeb. Because no girl ever fucking wanted you. No girl. And guess what?
You
the only
did.
fucking reason anyone pays attention to you is because you're fucking stupid ass shut. Otherwise, nobody will look twice. No, I fucking wasn't.
At this point, Aidan noticed Lindsay discreetly making a phone call. It's approximately 3:30 a.m. It would later be revealed that she was contacting Brian Tully and Ken Mello, allowing them to listen in on what was happening.
Who you calling? Oh, who you calling? What are you gonna try to do? Are you gonna try to frame me for something?
Frame you? Are you serious?
Are you gonna try to put some bullshit like I hit you or something? Is that what you're trying to do right now?
That's kind of prophetic.
But you did hit me, Aidan. That's what she would have said if he had laid a hand on her.
Exactly.
She would claim to police that he became violent.
Yeah, like I go, are you gonna make up a lie and say that I hit you or something? If I actually had just hit her, wouldn't she be like, you did hit me? She doesn't say anything like that.
Leading to a domestic assault and battery charge. But there was absolutely no evidence of that, and those charges were later dropped.
Who are you calling? Who are you calling?
You just promised me if I took those. You just promised me. No, the fucking one fucking time you give out. I fucking took the majority of them. They're all blood, and you're gonna fucking do this to me. You're gonna fucking leave me in case of the honest. You're gonna fucking walk up. Are you serious?
What the fuck? What's gonna happen?
Lindsay is furious that Aidan wants to leave, insisting she can't be alone while taking the abortion pills. Though the pregnancy was a ruse and she knew it, her emotional reaction seems driven less by the lie itself and more by feeling abandoned. In her mind, his decision to leave is real, even if the pregnancy isn't. Although she has betrayed him, it seems her biggest fear is being alone.
All right. Well, I gotta get going.
You can't fucking leave me. I'm gonna fucking, like, you don't understand. It's literally like giving birth. I can't be alone.
I did not sign up for this.
You told me to
I'm
fucking
not signing up for this.
Don't say you did it. Don't say you did it. I said I'm taking them. You said I'll say you take them.
I did not tell her to take any abortion pills.
Don't say that you did it. Don't say that you did it. Don't say that you did it. You said you would. Don't say.
So this part of the conversation, I think, was in the bedroom still. So I'm like, baby, the closet baby's right there. Your fucking closet baby's gonna be up. Shut up.
That you did it. Don't say that you did it. I'll give it to you after.
Aidan asked her to hand over the pages she'd torn from the notebook, but she refused, insisting she'd only give them to him after he stayed the night. According to Aidan, she even positioned herself in front of the door.
Yeah, she would not. She would not let me leave.
Don't say that you did it. You're doing improvement to me right now. You're just trying to walk out. I can't be alone. I will give it to you after.
I can't be alone.
I will. No, I don't trust you now. You're just trying to leave and walk out the door. I'll give it to you after. You can leave and threaten. No, I'm not doing that game. You're not playing a game with me because you just lied to my face.
What are you gonna do?
You just lied to my. You just fucking lied to my face. This is fucking part of you too. I shouldn't have to fucking go through this alone. You just don't want to fucking take responsibility for your part. I have to fucking go through this now, and fucking I'm gonna be alone with 4 kids. I know. I
felt like I was being kidnapped. I felt like I was in a place where I couldn't leave. Like I was stuck there, like physically stuck there. I wanted nothing more than to get out of there. It was Christmas Eve at this point. And she just would not let me leave at all.
At all to fucking be here with me.
You're
This is like 40
I'm not convinced you're pregnant.
Shut the fuck up.
Show me the other. Well, I think you're a liar. You're a pathological liar.
I'm not a fucking. You're a pathological liar. You just lied to my face and then you tried to say that you did. So you say you did. You're a pathological liar. You are. And you project everything onto everybody else. That's what you do on your show every day. Every fucking day. Like all you have to do is fucking sit up, put on your shirt, wear all over the other room. You don't have to fucking talk to me or do anything. I'm not asking anything of you other than just to be a body here, please.
Fine. Give me the fucking piece.
I'll give it to you after. I have no reason to fucking. That's the only fucking reason I fucking care is because I don't want to be alone with this. I have 4 kids. I can't be alone with this. You want my kids to be in the car and drive to your fucking house and sit in your driveway and let it happen in 3 hours in your driveway.
So she literally took all the coats out of the closet and starts screaming at her kids, calls them out name by name and tells them to come out, get out. We're going to Aidan's house. I'm like, that's when things started getting scary. When she started doing that, I'm like, what is going on right now?
You're gonna fucking do this to me. I'll wake up all my kids right now. Fucking Cole, wake up. Guys, wake up. No, you're doing this to me. You're doing this to me. You just promised. You just fucking promised. You're not gonna do this to me.
And that's why I'm like trying to calm her down. I'm like, fine, I will lie. Like once she started getting the kids involved, I'm like, whoa. Now I'm like, okay, this is when I will lie down with you. That's all obviously what you want. And I'm like, okay, I'll lie down with her. And then hopefully she will fall asleep and then I can get out of here. Okay. Like that's what I thought would be the safest thing.
Stop it. Lie down. Lie down. What are you taking?
Good question.
Stop it. You're waking up your children.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna wake up anyways. And I might as well get some fucking holding while I can because I'm not gonna be able to drive in the next fucking hour. You just promised me. You don't do that to people. You just promised.
I'll make a deal with you right now.
No, I'm not giving the paper back first. It's not happening. I'll give it to you after. So, you really want to do this to me? You really want to fucking do this to me? Guess what? If I fucking crash down on the way there.
Like, this is what she was threatening to do, was show up. I'm like, if I leave here, I can just walk out the door whenever I want. But if I leave here, is she going to get in the car with her kids and follow me? She has taken all the coats out. She's waking them up. One of them's already awake. And I'm like, okay. And then she was going to come and pretend to have an abortion in my driveway. And so now, you know, my kids are going to get woken up, you know, whatever. And listen to what she says about it. Listen to what she says here.
I'll make a deal with you right now.
No, I'm not giving the paper back first. It's not happening. I'll give it to you after. So, you really want to do this to me? You really want to fucking do this to me? Guess what? If I fucking crash down on the way there, because I'm fucking having contractions, it's not going to do it. I will stay.
If I crash on the way to your house because I'm having contractions, that's on you. So now I'm thinking, well, if I leave here and she follows me and she crashes with a van full of kids, I'm not living with that on my conscience. This is dangerous. These kids are in serious fucking danger right now. And I can't be having this.
I will tell Julie everything.
This is child abuse.
No, what you're doing is abuse. What you're forcing me to take those things you're going to stay with me and help me. That's abuse. That's abuse what you're going to say to me. You need to fucking stay to your word because that's not this. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
You need to fucking stop doing this to me.
He needs to go back to bed. He needs to get in bed. Put that boy back in bed right now.
So the kid comes out. The 5-year-old comes out. And he's not flustered by this. And she's giving him the jacket. Okay. And he's like, okay. She's like, get in the car. We're going to Holden. And he's like, okay. That's how he says, okay. Like he looked shocked. Like he was in shock, but also like, okay, mommy, whatever. Like this is his mom. This is his mother fucking doing this. He's like, okay. And it's when I'm watching it, I'm like, this is fucking horrible. Like this poor kid is just, this is probably not the first time this has happened. I can't imagine this is the first time this has happened. How traumatic. Like he didn't even, like it seemed like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. We're just we're getting in the car again. Mommy's slapping us around town to God knows where, or whatever. You know, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible to watch this happen. And I'm like, I can't let this happen to these kids because she clearly does not care about their well-being. She's dangerous and these kids don't deserve this. And I can't, I'm just like, okay, the boy you have to put the boy back to bed. He can't be watching this. And listen to what she says.
You heard me? Put that boy back in bed right now. This is not good for you.
Yeah, you're damn fucking right, it's not. You're damn fucking right, it's not.
You need to put him back in bed right now.
You need to stop doing this to me. It's abuse what you're doing right now.
As Aidan walked down the hallway to leave, drained and unaware, the course of reality had already splintered. The world outside had changed. The plan had worked. The accusations, scandal, and confinement were now inevitable. In a matter of hours, it would all come crashing down on him. He just didn't know it yet. All he wanted in this moment was to go home.
So I fall asleep on the highway. So I'm like driving home. It's 5 a.m. All right. And I wake up. So before I fell asleep on her couch. Okay. And so then I wake up and I check I look at my, she has sent me a message when I fell asleep. Okay. And this is what the message shows. I'll show you this. This might be a little graphic for some of you guys. This is like the last. She sends me this. I don't know what again, it just, and then just says leave. So sorry. That's, and I don't know what the fuck this is. This is supposed to be Clay. Like she's trying to convince me this is Clay. I don't know when this picture was taken. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And then as you can see there at 6:22, I just write, I crashed, fell asleep on highway. Okay. That's my final communication with her. All right. So then back to this. So I fall asleep. I'm on 495. I'm exhausted, dude. It's fucking Christmas Eve. In hindsight, if I replay this in my head I should have gone to the Medfield Police Department right then and there and reported her and said that she hit me. Okay. Because apparently whoever goes to the police first and says that the other one hit them, they're right. That's how domestics work. They have to arrest someone whenever there's a domestic. So I should have just gone to the police then and said that she hit me. But of course, I wouldn't do anything like that because that's not how normal people think. And I'm normal and she's not. So instead, I just go home because it's Christmas Eve and I'm so exhausted and I'm on 495. I think it was somewhere around Hopkinton, that area, or Milford. And I just remember struggling to keep my eyes open. And then the last thing I remember is hearing like, and this is a depiction of what happens.
Aidan.
Love baby pictures. Stop it. Those are our only baby pictures. I mean, that's also from December 9th, that they don't give a fuck about you. All you care about is the fame and the money, she told me.
This is Christina from Lexus Roadside Assistance. We've detected a collision. Are you okay?
So when I hit the guardrail, I was like immediately awoken. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, what? What? And then like my car was like making weird sounds. And immediately I'm talking to some guy in Florida who's like from Toyota. And he guides me back home. I get the car is barely functional. I'm 30 minutes from home. Luckily I made it. Park it in my fucking garage. It's like 6 a.m. now at this point. And that's when I text her that like I crashed. But in case you're wondering, like almost dead. So thanks a lot for that. And little do I know, she doesn't give a fuck. She's plotting. So I had a bad night. And then later on that day, around 2 o'clock, I find out that there was a warrant out for my arrest. The Holden police called me. They didn't tell me there was a warrant for my arrest, but they told me to come down to the station. And then other people alerted me to it. And Dave Cullinan tweets out that there's a bolo out. And I'm like, bro, can you take that tweet down? And he takes it down. And I told him the whole story. And I sent this audio out to a lot of people so they know, because like word is spreading that like, you know, what the fuck happened? Turtleboy beat the shit out of a pregnant woman? Like what happened? Because that was the narrative that was in the media. That Turtleboy, there's a warrant out for Turtleboy's arrest because he beat up his pregnant girlfriend. That was what. So I couldn't sleep in my house on Christmas Eve. I couldn't go there on Christmas Day. I had to watch my kids open up their Christmas presents on FaceTime. My mother went over there and I FaceTime with her, you know, and she watched them open up their presents, and I couldn't be there for it. And I had no explanation. I went to an in-law's house later on that day where at least I got to see them for a couple hours, but I'm too fucked up thinking like, I'm talking to 𝗵𝗏𝗄 about jail. I'm like, we have to go. What are we going to do? He's like, you got to turn yourself in. And so, you know, I make plans the next day that I'm going to turn myself in at the courthouse at 9 a.m. I go to the courthouse. Brian Tully's there. Can't go in the courthouse. Go to the Medfield Police Department. Turn myself in there around noon. I'm arrested, booked, brought down. All right. And sentenced to 90 days in the House of Corrections. On my birthday, nonetheless. This is my birthday, December 26th.
Medfield Police, how can I assist?
This is Lieutenant Tully of the Mass State Police. I need to report a crime that occurred last night in Medfield.
We're just getting word that Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtleboy, is wanted for questioning regarding a domestic incident that occurred.
Is this copyrighted, Little Drummer Boy? Because it's so good. The song is, this version of it is so fucking good.
Last night at the home of a woman he is allegedly romantically involved with. His whereabouts remain unknown, and repeated attempts to reach him for comment have been unsuccessful.
So this song is copyright. So skip. I'm going to turn the it's such a good soundtrack, but I'm going to turn the volume off on this one. But it's just like the shit with Mello here. This is fucking art, dude. This is so good. You know, this is how they spent their Christmas Eve. Like, look at this. Just, you know, waiting, you know, they're texting with her all the day, you know. So the word is out, you know. Christmas Day comes around. This is supposed to be my family. I have, and there's me FaceTiming with the kids. I don't have 3 boys. I only have 1 and 1 girl. Or is this supposed to be Lindsay? I don't even know. Then
the controversial blogger was arrested Tuesday.
There I am.
And he shoved his ex.
He shoved his ex-girlfriend. That's how it's being portrayed in the media. And I'm being brought in there.
Calling the judges.
Then this is the moment when the judge revoked my bail, like right there. I mean, I couldn't believe it. So they played the audio in court. Okay. They played the audio in court of me, you know, having my bail revoked. I mean, of what you just heard. And when they played that audio, I'm like, I'm golden. I'm going home tonight. There is no fucking way they can revoke my bail after hearing that. Like, how could anyone listen to that audio and think that I'm the problem? But, you know, Mello tells them, let me see here. Like, let's see. Do we have it here? Do we have actual video of it?
Karen Reed murder case.
is being held without bail. He's actually facing new charges of assault and battery. WBZ's 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 𝗬𝗏𝗂 is live outside of Dedham Court tracking some fast-moving developments in the case. 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃.
Chris, tonight there is shock from Turtleboy supporters and his attorney. The entire courtroom gasped when the judge revoked his bail, and now Turtleboy is locked up on his latest charges of assault and battery and witness intimidation.
Versus Aidan Kearney.
The Turtleboy blogger Aidan Kearney walked into court, but this time he didn't walk out after a judge revoked his bail.
That was the moment when my bail was revoked. Told right there. That's when I'm like, what? He says, I'm allowing the that's Judge McCollum, the guy that hit me with a fucking umbrella.
Revoked his bail. He's charged with shoving his ex-girlfriend.
We're just shocked and disgusted that that's the ruling, and we're going to do everything we can to fight it.
Prosecutors say this weekend, Kearney went to the woman's home, demanded to see her phone, then during a confrontation, he shoved her.
And it's clear that he did not want to leave the premises without those notes. That he put his hands on her, that he shoved her back into a couch, and this constitutes witness intimidation, Judge.
Kearney's lawyer played.
He put his hands on her and I mean, fuck you, Mello. I can't wait till you fucking I'm not even gonna say it. He's very sick. Okay, he's very sick. Allegedly. And the last time I said that I hope somebody dies, they try to revoke my bail over that. Okay? But for him to do that to a father on Christmas and on my fucking birthday of all days, to lie and just fucking lie and say that I pushed this lying whore onto a couch, okay, and put hands on her after he heard that fucking audio. Ken Mello heard that audio. He knew what she was about. Tully heard that audio. They knew it. And they still said that I was the problem. That's how I knew that these people don't give a fuck about the truth or anything like that. They are here for one reason and one reason alone, to put me in jail. They don't give a fuck about the truth.
A recording of a conversation between the two, where prosecutors say she was pushed, but the defense says that's not what happened.
See this for what it is, which is a total fabrication. The tape recording is completely opposite what her sworn affidavit is.
What kind of person, Judge, would record something like that and put it on YouTube for the entire world to hear?
What kind of person would record something like that and put it on YouTube? Oh, I don't know. Somebody looking to protect themselves, to show the world that they're not actually a batterer, something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Courts, a war of words were exchanged between Turtleboy supporters and those who feel empathy for the ex-girlfriend.
I thought the charges today.
And I called on December 24th, like when the and this is kind of like the falling out, I think, with Karen Reed when it began. So on December 24th, I called Karen, or I don't know if I called or messaged her, and I told her that there's a warrant out for my arrest. Silly me, I thought she was like my friend. And all she said to me, the only word she said to me was, "How could you do this to me?" That's all she said. "How could you do this to me?" And then she hung up. And then I didn't talk. She would not talk to me ever again after that. We didn't talk for 6 months. That's it.
They were another attempt to silence him. You know, it seems like for the last couple of months, they've been doing everything they can to weaponize the law, to use it against him and try to keep him quiet.
Men who use violence against women to silence
and
intimidate them are the worst dregs of our society.
Just last week, Kearney was arraigned on 16 felony charges, including witness intimidation relating to the Karen Reed case. Reed is charged with killing her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe.
We've not yet begun to fight. We're not giving up the battle here.
Now, Kearney pleaded not guilty. Now, he could face up to 90
Let's
days.
see. I want to see this one.
Aidan Kearney faced new charges. Our Emily Maha is live outside the courthouse in Dedham. And Emily, a lot of strong reactions there tonight.
Well, Sean, Jen, Aidan Kearney's lawyer, calling the judge's decision disgusting. Tonight, the well-known blogger will not be going home, instead heading to the House of Corrections. This is the moment the blogger known as Turtleboy walked out of the courthouse in shackles. Kearney is charged with intimidating a witness and assault and battery on a household member. The prosecutor says he shoved his ex-girlfriend, who's also a witness in the ongoing murder investigation of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Investigators say O'Keefe was killed by his girlfriend, Karen Reed. Kearney's lawyer says the allegations are lies, saying the woman claimed to be pregnant and asked Kearney to come over over while she took an abortion pill. His lawyer says Kearney recorded that conversation and posted it online. It was played in the courtroom today before the judge made his decision. You can hear the gasp from those inside as the judge revoked Kearney's bail, his lawyer then taking to the courtroom steps.
Lauren McCall's motion to revoke Mr. King's bail is held without
We're completely disgusted after making that presentation that he's going to be held. The judge made his decision, and we're going to review it. We're going to do everything we can.
Kearney showed little emotion after learning he'd be heading to the House of Corrections. He had just been in court last week after a grand jury returned a 16-count indictment, all connected to intimidating witnesses in the Karen Reed case. Now, Kearney will be back in court next month for these charges. The judge warning him to have no contact with his ex-girlfriend, saying, do not call her from the House of Corrections.
Not a problem. Okay. Not a problem. All right. So yeah, I think that's the only footage of that. So anyway, quick back to the Microdots, and we're almost done with it.
Not be going home, instead heading. The allegations are lies.
So yeah, well, it's down to 90 now. We got that reduced. So that's the end of the video. So the charges with her, one of them, the assault and battery charge, was dropped the day that I got out of jail, and then the other charges were dropped last week when she sued them. So, I know a lot of people are seeing her behavior online now and been like, oh, cool, glad to have you aboard, blah, blah, blah. She can flip back to that any minute. I'm telling you, I've been down that road before with her. It's all part of the act. It's all just part of the scam. She will say whatever it takes to please. She has burned the bridge with the antis. She declared war on 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗏, and so that's why she's back. And she needs me. Not going to happen, obviously. But yeah. I mean, she could be useful in a civil trial, I suppose, if I was suing the Commonwealth, and then we could talk. We could talk, obviously not like that, but like, number one thing I would require is a fucking apology. Like, sorry for fucking lying and sending you to jail. Like, I don't think that's too much to ask for. And like saying that you raped me, that would come second, but whatever. Just a masterpiece by 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗏 over at Microdots. Give them a sub if you haven't already. And a confession, right? The whole truth. None of this bullshit truth. Not like your truth or, the truth. How about that? All right, cool. Let me read. So just tremendous job, 𝗵𝗏𝗄𝗏. Just tremendous work. And I've enjoyed that video very much because I've told the story before, but like he just brought it to life. You know what I mean? He just brought it to life and did such an amazing job. And I was so psyched for this video when it came out. It was just tremendous. Oh, you think I would ever trust her again? Are you out of your mind? I know exactly what she's about. Yeah, join his Patreon. Go hook him up. He could use the help and the support. He's earned it, quite frankly. So, all right, cool. Let me read some turtle chats here. Give me 1 sec. And I got James Jackson's messaging me all up in his feels right now. He's messaging me and he's saying he's all mad about it. He's saying, I'll just read what he said. He said, you really bringing up a girl who passed away when I was with her? Listen, you broken-hearted, spineless coward. If I have to address this with you one more time, I promise it will not happen through social media. Take it how you want it. Well, here's the deal, James. Okay, let me be very clear to you, homeboy. I'm gonna address it a million times. Justice for Lauren Berry. Okay, I want answers. Maybe you should tell me the answers, bro. What happened? What was your involvement? Why are you guys trying to hide it? How come when people bring it up, all of a sudden we can't talk about it? What's up with that, James? because you seem really mad about it. And so I got questions. So it's okay for you to sit there on your fucking show and cry about and threaten to show up at my Halloween party. That's what you're going to do, right? Fucking tough guy. Right, tough guy? You were going to show up at the fucking Halloween party. I didn't see your bitch ass there, did I? No, nowhere. Fucking nowhere. Let's be very clear, James. You think I'm afraid of a fucking crackhead like you? You got another thing coming. You got another fucking thing coming. You're not fucking tough. You're a fucking junky piece of shit loser with a million fucking charges, and you're latching on to JFK for fucking YouTube fame. That's all you are. You look like a fucking lesbian, right? With beautiful facial features. I had nice things to say about your face, but you're not so fucking tough now, are you? Right? For the last month, I talked to Karen Reed. I'm blessed by Karen Reed, right? I have Karen Reed's got my back. Now all of a sudden I can get big. I can attack Turtleboy. I could be the defender of Karen Reed. I can be the big fucking tough guy. But all of a sudden I bring up Lauren Barry and you ain't so fucking tough anymore, huh? What happened there, James? So let me be very clear with your fucking threat here about, listen, you broken-hearted, spineless coward. If I have to address this with you one more time, I promise I will not make it through social media. 2 words, do it. Fucking do it. Fucking do it. I am so sick of these keyboard warriors who think that they can send me threats and that I'm going to be scared of them. Fucking do it, homeboy. Bring that shit on. You think I'm fucking scared of you? You think I'm motherfucker, you ain't been to jail. I sat in that fucking jail cell by myself for 60 fucking days. At any fucking point I wanted to. If I was a bitch like you, I could have turned on Karen Reed, okay? To be very clear, and saved my fucking ass because I am not the one they want. I could have made some shit up. I could have just made some shit up like you guys do and be like, she made me do it all because that's what they wanted me to say. But you know what? She didn't make me do anything. I did everything that I did because it was the right thing to do, and I wanted fucking answers, okay? And I don't fucking lie to get myself out of trouble, and I don't snitch on people like you do. That's why you got that's why you got all these charges, but you never went to jail. I wonder why. I wonder fucking why. Oh, right, because you're a fucking snitch, James. You think I'm scared of some meth head snitch from fucking Malden? That's all you fucking are. Don't get it twisted. I know you got this whole like, yo, I'm urban, yo. I'm from the streets of Malden, dog. And yo, my friend's a rapper. I'm white and everything. But like, yo, I'm also kind of still street. Motherfucker, you are a crackhead from Malden who was featured on Turtleboy in 2018 because you stole a fucking banner from the Red Sox and held it hostage for playoff tickets. You embarrassed yourself on television. You became a fucking meme, right? Everyone was laughing at you. And then I met you through this whole Karen Reed thing somewhere in the last 6 to 8 months, right? I begrudgingly offered to take it down as a sign of good faith because it had been a while and we were on the same team. But then you thought you got too big for your britches. And the second you got the blessing of St. Karen Reed and she came on your fucking channel and started shitting on me and DeGlaire and all these other people, right, who did nothing fucking wrong, you all of a sudden you found your fucking balls all of a sudden, didn't you? Didn't you, James? Well, you're not so fucking tough. And if you think for 1 second I'm afraid of you, you got the wrong one. You got the fucking wrong one. Disclaimer. Disclaimer. So anyway, back to this. All right. First up, give me 1 sec. I'm just so sick of the fake tough guys. I can't deal with the fake tough guys anymore. And I can't deal with this shit. These people for the last month and their obsession with this shit is just out of fucking control. And yeah, like they're doing this because they have her blessing. That's why they all of a sudden feel that they can just fucking act like this. Like those guys kissed my fucking ass for the last year. I mean, go and watch any of their streams. They kiss my fucking ass. And then all of a sudden they get the blessing of the patron saint and they found their fucking balls all of a sudden. And other people, started aligning themselves with them. And they're like, there was a clear division there, right? Between the people that had the blessing and those that didn't, right? Those were blamed for shit and thrown under the bus. And innocent people like Nurse Kim and Will were just fucking thrown under the bus. Well, people just fucking sat there. And that's why I'm pissed at fucking Mike Crawford and them. Because he, instead of saying like, no, guys, because he's friends with JFK and them, right? And instead of saying, no, guys, Turtleboy's cool, actually. He's done a lot for this movement. I didn't hear anything like that from him. I didn't hear fucking anything like that from him. All I heard is what great rappers fucking JFK were. And he just jumps on the panel like, oh, this is all great. So like, don't act, Mike, like you're like some supporter of mine, or because you're not. You're not. You contributed to this. You saw the division and you jumped on the ship that you thought was the winning side. And now look at them. Now what you fucking got? Fucking fraud and coward. You ain't a real one. Nurse Kim's a real one. Auntie Deb's a real one. All right. The Glares a real one. You ain't a real one. You know. And LTL all of a sudden found his balls too. You know, he's calling me out in kind of a mild way. It's like, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. I went back and I watched, I was in jail because I was in jail when this happened. And I watched a Crawford stream from December 27th and December 28th. And I'm watching this and he's like, guys, I have to shut down the channel. You know, they're coming after me. The 𝗪𝗏𝗄𝗃 said I'm next and I can't do this anymore. There's just too many people coming after me. I'd never actually watched it till yesterday. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm sitting in fucking jail on December 27th, all fucked up, traumatized. I'm facing 89 more days in here in my fucking head. And this guy's sitting here on fucking YouTube crying about himself. You have to be fucking kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Like that, it's just insane. I mean, talk about weak. I mean, talk about just like, oh my God. I couldn't, people show their true colors in times of crisis. Let's just put it that way. So that's what I think of that. That's what I think of that. And, you know, when I got out of jail, you know, I knew that Crawford had turned on Cameron Reed. He's like, well, I need to evaluate this again. I think he took that stream down. I was looking for that one where he turned on her. And he said, like, actually, maybe she did it. You know, I need to look at this more. Maybe I've been too biased by this. I need to look at both sides because he was fucking scared of 𝗪𝗏𝗄𝗃. And, you know, all of a sudden I get out of jail and the momentum's back and he's all back to free Karen Reed. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, like, you know, Crawford, he's fine. You know, and Just was right. She was right. You can say what you want about 𝗪𝗲 Machado, you know. Does she, does she talk a lot? Sure. You know, does she have a lot of problems with a lot of people? Sure. But she says what's on her mind, doesn't she? Like, you could say a lot of things about her, but she said, I'm not a fan of the Nurse Kim bashing. That's for fucking sure. Cause I love Nurse Kim, but like, you know, she says what's on her fucking mind. And, she was 100% right about that. And when I was in jail and nobody wanted, and I watched Crawford's stream yesterday, from December 27th and December 28th. And a lot of people were saying the name Lindsay Gattani. Okay. Which I wanted them to. I wanted the world to know who did this to me. There's nothing I wanted more because I couldn't talk. I'm in fucking jail. I can't go on the internet. So I needed my allies to have my fucking back like the Glare did. When the Glare heard that audio on Christmas, he did a whole stream talking about how he just figured it out right away. He knew exactly what she did. He called her out on it, but not Mike. Mike got on his stream and he said, we're not going to name her names. He goes, she's a victim too. That's actually what he said. He goes, she is a victim too. And, you know, and I'd like to remind James Jackson, bro, or James Amaral, I'm a witness, dude. So your threats to me, you're threatening to you're causing emotional harm to a witness, brother. But don't worry, I ain't going to call Tully. I don't cry about shit like that, right? I'm not going to do that to you, you know, even though I'd be well within my rights to do that. But I'm not going to do that to you, James, right? Because I don't want to see you get in trouble. You know, I don't want to, because you couldn't handle jail like I could. I'm a man. I could handle my 60 days. I don't think you could. I think that's why you took all those pleas, right? You got all those dismissals, right? Snitching will do that. Like, let's just fucking go watch it. I'm on one tonight. I'm so sick of fucking snakes. I am so fucking sick of snakes who don't have fucking balls, who suddenly because I'm mad about it, man. I'm mad about it. I've been holding this shit in for like a month. I am so sick of this shit. And I was taking notes. When I said I'm taking notes, oh, I'm going to remember. And I'm going to remember what Crawford did, and I'm going to remember what BLT did and what they sided with. Fuck it. Fuck it. They saw an opportunity to be like, oh, maybe Turtleboy's dethroned. I'm going to jump on this ship over here. Yeah, how's that fucking going for you? How's that going for you? How'd that work out? I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. And kiss my ass if they don't like it. Make fucking content out of this. Bring it on. I'm pissed. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I want to go on his channel and see this. Exactly. They were just opportunistic. You know, they thought that like, oh, his Turtleboy's done. You know, Turtleboy's done. Yeah, too late. Where was it? Was it this one? Turtleboy remanded to jail. I think it was this one.
And just keep your eyes on the prize and don't do anything stupid. No intimidating witnesses. We don't need to name the witnesses. All we need to say is they're unreliable. That's all they are. They're unreliable. And we can feel bad for the witnesses. A lot of them I feel bad for.
Feel bad for the McAlberts. Feeling bad for him.
And we don't have to defend every action, especially in his personal life of Aidan Kearney.
You don't have
especially ones that you don't even believe it. Like, I am not going to back everything that he did.
Yeah, see?
But
I'm not going to back everything. I'm not going to back Aidan. So feeding into the narrative that I had done something wrong. We're not going to name the McAlberts. We're going to leave the McAlberts alone, right? Leave them alone. They're nice guys. They're nice people. Don't say Lindsay Gattani's name. And I'm not going to back Aidan because Aidan's kind of a scumbag and he makes bad. I think he calls me a ratchet at some point. I don't have that audio.
Him on the story and that he broke it. And that's why he's the target of everything. And that's the facts. And the feds know this too. So we all got to be careful. We got to keep up the fight, keep the pressure on Mello, keep the pressure on Michael Morrissey, keep the pressure on the state police, Proctor and Tully. They're the ones we need to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully nothing happens to me. I think that this will
NBC 10 Boston.
Yeah, we'll broadcast here live and say a few things, clear a few things up, and be very careful. I'm trying to be very careful with my words, what I'm sharing today. It's come to my attention that I am definitely a target right now.
Oh, he's the victim. He's the victim. He's the victim.
So think about that.
I'm in jail.
People are like, how could you be a target? You're not like Turtleboy. You're so safe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just spent my first night in jail. And Krusty Panties told him he was next. And that was all it took.
That's where we are right now. And I just want to warn people out there, like I said on the last couple shows, make this about Mello and Tully and the state police and the DA. Don't make it about witnesses. Don't talk about the witnesses.
Don't
that's
talk
what they're
about
trying to
them.
do. They're trying to
Don't
catch
talk
us
about
all
them.
up and turn people against each other.
Yeah, just give up. Give up, guys. Fucking give up. Turtleboy's in fucking jail right now for calling these people out. And we need to carry on his mission and carry on the legacy by throwing in the fucking towel. That's what we need to do. Just give up. Fucking give up.
And we don't know who's witnesses. People you would not suspect could be witnesses. So be very careful. And people want to name the witness. I asked, please don't name the witness in my chat. I'd suggest people don't talk about the witnesses.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the witnesses, just say they're using the worst people in society against journalists. That's what they're doing right now. That's all you can say. Don't say their names. Don't say their occupations. Don't say where they live. So this is it. This is my warning today to people. Be careful. Keep up the fight. Show up at court. Continue to fundraise. Hopefully nothing happens to me. I think that this will be a mistake for them. I still think maybe I'm overreacting, but I want to be prepared and I want people to understand what's happening a little bit. They are targeting people. I am being targeted. No doubt about it in my mind. There's been posts about it. There's an individual who wants to be a witness. I guarantee you he wants to be a witness. He's posting about me. He's the son of he's a Nepo baby. And this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. So don't make him a witness. Don't attack him.
Don't attack Brian Riccio.
People will see him in the end. People already see him.
He's dead.
And if they do pick me up, please show up for me in court.
Hello.
For a time.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
So Let them expose themselves. Don't go after witnesses. That's my advice for everybody right now. And if you don't see me doing shows, there's a reason. And if they do pick me up, please show up for me in court.
If they do pick me up, if they do arrest him, please show up for him. This is the first. I'm sitting in jail. This is December 27th. I'm sitting in jail away from my kids, fucking traumatized, right? I'm in fucking jail. I'm in shock and horror. And he's sitting here talking about, oh, guys, pray for me. If I might be next. They never came for him. Spoiler alert.
And if you have a good attorney, hit me up. A criminal defense attorney. That's what I'll be looking for.
He hasn't been charged with a crime.
And I know for a fact that they tried to set me up the other day.
Oh, okay.
So I know I've done nothing wrong. I know that I played it safe, that I'm trying to retire from kind of the Turtleboy type style reporting in a lot of ways. I've done stuff similar to him in the past, not quite on his level, obviously, with the amount of people following him or even the tactics, but a lot of my stuff has really toned down. And the fact that they're even considering and floating it out there that they're going to come after me, and I'm seeing all kinds of signs of it, this is where we're at right now. This is how crazy the shit is. So yeah, I'm going to stay strong, and I'm going to tell you something. It will backfire on them. They can take me to court. I will get a good criminal defense attorney. I'm not going to turn on anybody. And that's what they want. They want to get us on intimidating witnesses and turn us against people.
So spoiler alert, like 3 weeks later, he turns on Karen Read. he says, I don't know if she did it. She might have done it. Just to be clear, I have never said that. I have, no matter fucking what. I was not happy to sit in that jail cell, but it's like, if you're going to sit in a jail cell for something, it might as well be standing up for an innocent woman accused of fucking murder. Because that's what the bail was. The bail was revoked because of what happened at Lindsay's house, or what didn't happen at Lindsay's house. But the bail existed because I stood up for Karen Read, period.
I've done nothing wrong. I've been a journalist. I've given people a platform.
Never has he said that.
I put out documents and facts and things like that. And even that, I haven't even done that much on this. This should be happening to me. I'm not the leader of this movement. And I think everyone's going to be fine if I do take a quick vacation.
I don't know.
Some people have said this is about donos, and I'm bringing this up today because I need donos. If I needed donos, I wouldn't go off the air. I wouldn't be taking a break. I would love to see more donations come in. Venmo, Mike Crawford, 𝗀𝗃, or CashApp, Mike Crawford 1.
He's like raising money for himself. I'm in jail. I'm sitting in jail. There's nothing. We have not heard a fucking word about Aidan didn't do this. I haven't heard a fucking word about Aidan is innocent. He has done nothing wrong, whatever. All I'm hearing is I'm next. Pray for me, guys. Send me fucking money. I haven't heard a word about holy shit, what a fucking travesty this
to
is.
The defense funds. And that's
like,
what I even
or like
you just
send them a fucking letter. Send him a fucking letter in jail, something like that. So do something. Say, here's how we can help his family. We're doing a fundraiser for his family, something like that. Anything. Instead, it's here's my fucking Venmo.
Donate directly to those 3 defense funds. Turtleboy Defense Fund. You may not agree with his personal life. You may not agree with his tactics.
And again, you might not agree with his personal life. You might not. Why would you fucking say that? Why? You don't know anything about my fucking personal life, right? And again, I'm not doing this to like permanently crap on Mike Crawford, but like, let's be clear. Mike Crawford, if you're out there, you owe, this can be ended with an apology. This is fucking bullshit. You owe me a fucking apology for this shit, because this is fucking weak ass bullshit, traitorous shit, quite frankly. I don't give a fuck. This is what I do. I say what's on my mind.
But there is something real happening here that he exposed. And sometimes you need a bull in a china shop. He was the right guy at the right time to do this. And I think that, like I said, what happens to him affects all journalists out there. And Boston 25 and Channel 10, NBC News, New England Cable News, Channel 7 News, WCVB, the reporters, you're next. You're next. And especially if you actually do your job, which a lot of you haven't been doing, but I've seen a couple of you start to do your job. This is a slippery slope. They're going from Turtleboy to me. I'm the guy who has the credibility that I've had U.S. Senator Ed Markey on my show.
Oh my God. For me,
I've had 4 U.S. Congress people, Ayanna Pressley, Michael Capuano, Barney Frank. Who's the 4th one? And Mr. What's his name? The veteran, Seth Moulton.
What's his name?
I've had mayors on my show. I've had tons of city councilors, state reps, state senators. This is the show they're going after right now.
Yeah, he's next.
A guy who's kind of like semi-retired from doing the real hardcore investigation. Gonna go after me.
No, he's the real victim. He's the real victim.
Now,
here.
this isn't a definite thing. This is not decided. I could be wrong. They could be getting ready today to pick me up.
Oh my God. Oh
But they're
my
sure
God.
trying.
Crawford's
I know
next.
they're thinking about
We're
it.
gonna go get Crawford.
And I would not be
You gotta get him.
surprised
You got that, Tully? We gotta get
if
Crawford.
I'm part
We
of this
gotta-
grand jury. Like
Yeah.
that's and not just me, so many of you. You got to be really careful on who you're talking to, what you're saying, and do not go after witnesses.
Don't go. Leave them alone. Leave
And
them.
keep in mind, anyone could be a witness at this point.
Anyone. He's next.
Continue
guys.
the fight at the courthouses. Show up at the courthouses. You might ask that kid, the Nepo baby, where's the money for the nonprofit?
Yeah.
Who's he actually representing? I prefer not to say.
Hey, how about this? Listen to this.
This may be my last show for a little bit.
Okay, this might be his last show.
People want to know what has happened. How do you know they're after you?
Crawford.
I prefer not to say.
How do you know? Oh, I don't know. I prefer not to say they're after me. AKA
When people start contacting you
𝗚𝗏𝗏 tweeted something.
and messaging you,
𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 tweeted
DMs.
something.
and saying the stuff that they're saying, I have questions back at them.
I sent Crawford the recording on Christmas Day, and he tweeted out that he heard the recording, and 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 was immediately starts like being like, "Oh, you're next. RICO charges, all that shit." It's like you just fucking 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏.
And then when the other people are posting things about you online, I have two people who up there who are basically like my 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, the Turtleboy.
Yeah, okay.
One
yeah.
is 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏, and the other one is the Nepo baby. And the Nepo baby has posted a lot of crazy shit.
That's
And I
great.
believe that his mom is actually involved in this, actually do anything. People are going to think, oh, you're hoaxing, you're looking for views. No, I'm being 100% straight and honest with you with what I know and feel right now. My family is aware of this. We have plans right now. After this, I'm going to be recording and writing down all the cell phone numbers of all my customers so that I have them if they take my phone. So that's like my life right now.
Poor Mike. Poor Mike. I'm sitting in jail, but poor Mike is the victim.
And there are more threats. See, they've weaponized people like this one. You are next, Tom. See, they're gonna they're
Oh,
this is
no.
what they do. They weaponize these people, these troll bots.
Oh,
They're professional witnesses.
your name isn't Tom, though.
What a life that must be. You're enough of a dirtbag that you could be a professional witness. I'm not naming anyone, not intimidating anyone. I am not intimidating anyone. That's the thing, too, will backfire on them. If you look back on my history of my show, there's no intimidation. I play it pretty damn straight.
Yeah, exactly.
I do the opposite of that. I try to that crazy here. They're that. It's like a wild. So one thing I'm looking for is criminal defense attorneys.
Yeah, okay.
Different places who are sending me those criminal defense attorneys. I need lists of them.
Yeah, give me a list. Give me a-
Talking. I'll do this 24/7, I guess. Go through the tribulations. I've been through tribulations before. My family's ready for it. They know.
They're ready. We're ready. We're ready for the indictments. They're any day now. They're coming.
So that's it. That's what's going on.
Stay strong. Remember who you
There's
are.
a guy in here in the chat. This is one of the overdoing the show, and you're infatuated with this dude's sex life. I'm gonna have to take a little break.
Okay.
Tabloid. These people are like taps of him having sex and shit. Like
Wait. What's this?
folks that supports the the witnesses, the so-called professional witnesses. They're talking about TV videos of him having sex and shit. Like I'm talking about my freedom. Overdoing the show, and you're infatuated with this dude's sex life.
Yeah, why aren't we talking about me?
Tabloid. These
Why
people
aren't
are
we
like
talking about
tabloid
me?
scumbags.
Give them Mick Crawford.
K-Max says, take a break from all of this. It is out of control. Exactly what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to take a little break.
Yeah, give them.
But I will still broadcast, like I said, the select board meetings. coming
Okay,
up.
thank God. Thank God. Thank God. The
But,
select board meetings.
yeah,
will go
break's
on.
coming. I
Thank-
need a break.
Thank God.
We're just going to see how this shakes out.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say I am 100% guilty, and I will defend myself all the way.
Guilty?
And if they come after me, good luck.
Good luck.
'Cause
Oh,
I think a lot of even the media knows I am not Turtleboy.
oh.
I've said that. And I don't want to be the martyr. I don't want to be the leader. I just want to offer a place where people can have conversations.
yeah.
Help them, book guests and things like that. But I think the big thing is don't you folks back down and do it the right way. Leave the witnesses alone. Some of these witnesses are victims. That's another thing where
Listen to
they
this.
try to go after me for intimidation. I feel bad for these witnesses, a lot of them.
Oh, he feels
These
bad.
so-called witnesses.
Feels bad for the McAlberts.
They're getting used just as much as anybody else. Like they're being
Yeah, Jennifer McCabe, guys, is getting used. Jennifer McCabe is a victim. This is what he's saying the first night I'm in jail. Jennifer McCabe is a victim. Okay.
used by the state police so that's another thing. I'm not trying to ruin their lives. I'm not trying to throw shit at them. I'm not trying to threaten them. Obviously, that's not my style. Never has been.
Never has been.
Especially over the last couple of years. The only people I've ever really focused on going after, like in the last couple of years, is like Kim from True Leaf, one of the big cannabis companies that basically killed a 27-year-old woman. and the cannabis control regulators, the folks that are running everything. Chris Albert deserves criticism as a public official, someone who was elected, who serves on the town select board,
okay,
who's terrible. He lied about his financial condition, never disclosed the vehicular homicide death. So continue to do that stuff. Go after the people in power. That's what we need. Raise money. Continue to raise money. Hit those funds. Throw more money at those 3 funds. All right, we got a couple of super chats. It looks like I'm going to throw those up. Let's see what we got for super chats. I can't even get them up. I'm so out of it. Rob Brown says $20. It says, stay strong, Mike.
Yes, yes.
MJ.
Stay strong,
MJ.
Mike. Stay
MJ's
strong.
Great. She said 99 target of the Norfolk County DA and the Massachusetts State Police. And I want people to be aware of it. And I also am giving a warning to the movement for Free Karen Read. Be careful of what you say online.
Yeah.
Be careful of what you're talking about. Don't focus on the witnesses. Don't say their names, especially this woman.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say
Especially
her name.
Yeah. Don't say 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗃's name. Protect 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗃. This is what really pissed me off when I heard this. I'm like, all I wanted on December 27th when I'm sitting in jail alone is like, I want the world to know the name 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗃. I can't do that right now because there's a fucking order on me. I'm in jail. I'm the only person whose voice is muzzled for the first time. And I need people to have my fucking back. Right? And what does he say? Don't mention 𝗫𝗏𝗃𝗃's name. Don't do it. Bro.
We don't need to know about her. We already know. Everyone already knows.
What do we
The only
know?
thing you can say is that these witnesses are not reliable.
What do we know? We don't know
that.
anything about
Point that
her.
out to the media. The witnesses are not reliable. That's all you need to say.
No, I think we need to say a little more than that.
I'm going to check my mail now. I haven't checked my mail in a day or two. I'm hoping there's nothing there. Someone just asked me, did you get a threatening letter? No. I got messages, instant messages that may be very suspicious.
Okay. Anyway, we get the point. Mike had a tough day. It was a bad day for him. December 27th. Give him a break. All right. Next. Where was I at? Drea sends $10 and goes, in a nutshell, what happened with JFK and you out of the loop? So to be clear, I need to pick one daddy in the divorce, no joint custody. I don't care what you do. Obviously I'm not going to be like, you can't watch that YouTube show, whatever. It's like, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not here to police you. But people like Mike, it's a little bit different because Mike's got a big platform and he's a content creator. And so when he publicly aligns with them and kind of takes sides, and again, Mike at any point could have been like, yo, JFK, that shit's not cool. Turtleboy has done a lot for Karen Read. He's done a lot for this movement. And, they probably would have been like, all right, but instead he was just like, yo, what's up, guys? Turbulence in the chat. 39,000 feet. Keep doing what you're doing, So whatever. I think that's snaky. Next. Detroit Turtle Rider sends $50 and goes, Daddy, my friend in Montenegro that follows USA Crime Shit sent me a screenshot of daytime Brow Daddy and asked, who's this? I like him. She hates Lauren, Hidden True Crime. Big props to Microdots. Phenomenal job, Richie. Yeah, sorry I haven't. It's 11:40. I don't know if we're going to get time for the Lauren Hidden True Crime shit because we spent all the time on the Microdots thing. Oh, the Blue Jays went too. Nice. But, I need to finish that. So maybe we can, tomorrow, no good. I got court tomorrow. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see how maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe. All right. Marla sends $10 and goes, I hate your show, Turtle Douche, but I just can't stop watching. Exactly. Just kidding. Keep bullying the bullies. You're doing God's work, inspiring a new generation of independent journalists and raising the bar for traditional media. Much love, Free Turtleboy. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. E sends $5 and goes, have you ever looked into the past of the Wareham Public Schools SRO? No. Okay. Something about charges around children. Okay, I'll check that out. Patricia sends $10, goes, I could use your help. I take care of an 86-year-old woman. Her son is incarcerated due mostly to the fact that his soon-to-be ex-wife is best friends of the Norfolk State Representative John Rogers. The lady needs her son home. Please help me. I don't know what you want me to do with that. Thank you. Kristen sends $10, goes, how did you come up with the name Judd the Chud? It just rhymed. That's all I could think of. Curious, why didn't you use the Judd the Crud or Judd the Dud. I just think Chud has a better ring to it, you know, but those would have worked too, I guess. Emily sends $5, goes, Paul's side piece forgot to mention semen and children. She mentioned children, just not semen on the children. She's clearly still a beginner at being a fake victim. She will learn. Well, thank you very much for that. Next, April sends $10, goes, you the best. Love you, Turtle. Thank you, April. Oh, yes. And then Emily sends another 5 and goes, I spoke too soon. She mentioned the kids. Just missing semen now. Ernie sends $50 and goes, I made it home alive Friday night. Yes, barely. You had a clinger, though. Thank you, Lauren M. and Trish Egan, for saving my ass in epic fashion. You had a good night there, Ernie. Thank you. He came dressed as John Barron. So there's that. Bill sends $10, goes, Unc, can you do a Where Are They Now episode with the greats? Like the Gutter Muppet, House of Many Comes, etc. Maybe. Sounds like some research, but I'll check that out. Anonymous Sosa sends $5 and goes, please check out your DMs on Twitter. Oh, yes, I got that. Thank you. Michelle from effing Ohio sends $10, goes, never liked KR or you much, but I can listen. KR is unlikable, which is why people could relate, but she didn't get it. I don't know what you mean by that. She didn't get it. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Steph sends $5, goes, we all know Dr. John is responsible for eating baby Clay, right? He might have. He looks like he's had a couple babies already. Absolutely. Next. Barbara sends $35, goes, Karen would be in jail if you hadn't opened the Massachusetts can of worms with your fearless perseverance. You are an icon. You know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't think she would be in jail without me. I don't believe that. I think that she had great lawyers and she would eventually be acquitted. But what I like to think that I did was make it impossible for them to get away with covering this up. I don't know what they would have done if I didn't get involved. You know, she's a smart lady. You know, she's fighting for her life. She's going to do whatever it takes to defend herself and prove her innocence. So I'm not taking that away from her. And she had awesome attorneys, the best. And so she was in really good hands. But what she didn't have was moral support. Okay. And what she didn't have was like in the international community watching for her. And what she didn't have was $1.1 million in her legal defense fund. And now I'm not the guy that held the fundraisers, but how much was raised before I got involved? I mean, it's just a fucking fact. If you're retarded enough to think I wasn't largely responsible for the fundraiser, we've been down this road before. You're just fucking retarded. I don't know what else to tell you. So that's my role in it. So I am not the reason Karen Reed is not in a jail cell. All right. The facts are the reason why Karen Reed was not in a jail cell. Okay. Her lawyers are the reason Karen Reed was not in a jail cell, and her witnesses are a reason that she is not in a jail cell. And you know, but who paid for Dr. Laposada's hotel room and her flight and Dr. Russell's 3 flights out here for the fucking voir dire? Because they made shit difficult for her. And we just kept showing up every time they did this. The Glairer or Nurse Kim or some other person who has been exiled because they're not fucking JFK, right? Did some stream where they raised a shit fucking ton of money, right? And that shit paid for those awesome witnesses like Arca and all those fucking people that did that. So yeah, they absolutely helped out. So thank you. Next. Laura sends $5, goes, so in Illinois, if you get an RO against someone, the rules go both ways. If they are somewhere you can't go there, you can violate your own RO and go to jail. Interesting. That is how it should be. Anyway, you couldn't contact her from jail, given the backwardness of the Massachusetts RO. Was she trying to get you in trouble again when she tried to call you the night before you were released? No, I just think that was her way of letting me know that when she called me the night before I got released, that like, I'm still here. And I'm still DTF. I think that's her cryptic way of saying that. She knew I wasn't going to pick up. She knew I was still in jail, but she knew I was getting out soon. And, you know, Friday night's coming up and I'm still here. I think that's what that was. So thank you. And yeah. Laura sends $5 and goes, I believe the word you were looking for regarding baby JJ and JFK is posers. That's what we called wannabes in the 90s. That's a good point. That is a good point. Nans, I'm not even going to say this name. It's a mean name. So I'm not going to say the name. So it says Nans something and says, now it makes sense. They didn't want McDonough. They should have given them Mikey. I mean, it is McDonough vibes, is it not? They want me. Like, why is everybody acting like they're, oh, I'm next. Yo, I'm such a big shot. They want me. Bitch, they don't want anyone but me. They want one fucking person. That's it. That's it. No one else. All right. Mike sends $13. Goes, shout out to Wifey, 5 years this Friday. There you go. Thank you, Wifey. Scott Hayes says, plug my book, available on Amazon, Faith Under Fire by Scott Hayes. Scott is the guy who got who was wrongfully charged by Middlesex District Attorney Marion Ryan in charge with attempted murder because a fucking lunatic ran across the street while he was like protesting in favor of Israel. So some Palestine guy like ran across the street at him, fucking jumped him, and he ended up shooting him in self-defense. His classic self-defense is all on video. And so that's Scott. So thank you. And maybe I'll check out your book. Thank you, sir. Let me read some Cash Apps here. And we'll watch some Lauren True Crime. We got to watch some Lauren True Crime. All right. Let's see what we got for Cash Apps here. All right. LTL's toupee. He doesn't have a toupee, does he? That's not a toupee. Some people are saying it's a toupee. It doesn't look like a toupee to me. I mean, it looks like a boy's regular. It looks like my haircut, kind of like. That's not a toupee. Stop it. It says BLT is a bitch. Nice hair, Elton John. I don't really care if he has. I don't care if he's got a toupee. I mean, whatever. It's none of my business. You know, nothing wrong with a toupee, by the way. Or could be, could be hair plugs. I mean, that's always Dr. What's his name? That Portnoy is always pimping out. It could be something like, or it doesn't fucking matter. Just leave him alone. This hair's got nothing to do with it. EMC sends $10, goes, Turtleboy ain't the 1, the 2, or the 3. LOL. So thank you. Appreciate that. 𝗚్cie sends $10 and goes, the well-embrowed journalism. Ooh, well-embrowed. I like that one. I like that. Thank you, 𝗚్cie. Laura sends $5, goes, watching you watch that was heartbreaking. I'm sorry. Well, thank you. And I went through a lot. It was very traumatizing, but just pray for Mike Crawford. That's all I'm saying. That was a rough night for Mike Crawford because he's next. You know what I mean? He had to get a criminal defense attorney. Give him a break. So as tough as I had it, let's not overlook the sacrifices of Mike Crawford. Jennifer sends $50 and goes, for the defense fund, First Amendment all the way. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Jennifer. First Amendment all the way, indeed. Gilly Girl sends $10, goes, journalism Jesus saves the Commonwealth. Ooh, I like that one. Thank you, Gilly Girl. Lorena sends $10 and goes, Sasha, shut the fucking fan off. Is that her daughter? Shut the fan off there, Sasha. Turn it off. Okay. All right. If anyone else wants their messages read, click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $Uncle_Turtleboy, and we can do it that way. Let's end the night with some Lauren hidden true crime, shall we? Because this is always fun, isn't it? All right. Here we go. Let's get back to Fat John here. Do I have to do it real quick? Hold on. I'll just do my makeup here. Okay, let's do it. We got to get in the zone. Not my best tonight. Usually this is in front of a mirror. It's a little better. Then on this one, hold on, it's hard. It's like mirrored. Oh, wrong way. So it's not my best tonight, but the brows have to come out. Let's do it. All right. I can't stand the sound of this guy's voice.
Not only do I not care about the stalking injunction, but I'm going to intimidate you.
Oh, okay.
That is a pure message of power and control and dominance and intimidation. She's saying, I'm here. I don't care about this injunction. I am going to continue to intimidate and control you no matter what. Try and stop me. That's concerning. The mic drop moment I just mentioned.
Recording the police officer. Calling after somebody that was called by police implicated her. And so he decided to call her too. And that she called him back to record it.
Right. Recording the police officer, posting it online, and essentially not taking the police officer seriously. That's extremely oppositional. That's very antisocial. That's a very antisocial feature.
Posting that.
Again, they're talking about how Christina called up. Can't stand. I got to fix the brow. Whatever. It's all fucked up now. It's ruined. Anyway, that one wasn't connected. I got to use a mirror next time. But imagine saying, so Christina, when she got this, like, when she was told when the police called her, she taped it herself on TikTok, talking to the cops, being like, so what's the crime? And the guy couldn't say it. And he's like, back talking a police officer, that's oppositional behavior. Okay.
I feel threatened in a message to her and then posting that online.
And all of this, by the way, so we're talking about risk factors.
Yeah, let's just talk.
We're talking risk factors, right?
Let's just talk.
All of these are risk factors, but they all lead to one thing, and that is dehumanization. What they're doing here is they're portraying you as evil, as the devil, even though Pinata Samurai doesn't mind if you're the devil, by the way. Thank you, Pinata Samurai, for acknowledging that apparently even the devil does really good work.
The devil does do good work, but I will do my best to not be like the devil.
Okay. Very funny.
All of this leads to dehumanization. And you and I know every crime we've ever covered involves some level of dehumanization.
Absolutely. That is crime. Dehumanization.
And all of this is about dehumanizing you. Even the people that are mocking you, the memes, it's all dehumanizing, right? But they don't care, right? So, which is fine.
This is fine. I don't think it's really fine.
I've been giving people some good content.
Yeah.
9-hour live would do that.
So I think we've come to the end of this segment.
Okay.
I've covered why I think this is a risk. I've covered why it shouldn't be dismissed and taken seriously. It's virtuous violence. It's a moral crusade, right? I've covered some of the risk factors, but let's back up a little bit and talk about both the definition of stalking and the psychology of stalking, because I think those are going to help us go a little deeper here.
Okay.
But before I do, I just want to make the final point that the reason why human beings like to engage in moral crusades is because it really...
So just keep in mind, for the last 2 hours tonight, we watched a very traumatizing video about what I went through on Christmas Eve, but it pales in comparison to what Lauren Hidden True Crime went through, because there's somebody making TikToks that are critical of her. So God bless her.
Simplifies the world.
Yes.
And it also fosters conformity. So for those of you out there who know a little bit about philosophy, if any of you read Nietzsche on Good and Evil, you understand the importance of Nietzsche's idea that all morality is essentially an attempt to foster and maintain social norms and social moral systems, because the prevailing ruling classes do not want challenges or change. And by enforcing an existing system of morality, you're also making the world fit into a very narrow box, right? And so that's one of the problems of a moral crusade, is that if you don't fit within that box, then you're going to be vilified, right? And so you became vilified. As we talked about on our Patreon, in one of the declarations, the TikToker made it very clear that conformity was a big part of this issue.
Yeah. That was actually in their declaration, and sort of the little joke that I made on our Patreon exclusive episode, which is no longer Patreon exclusive. Thanks to those who picked it apart and shared it. But in their declaration, their angst against me, or one of the things that upset me, was that I talked about how I don't like to conform. And then I jokingly said, thanks for being a Patreon supporter, because that particular episode was behind a paywall. which meant that someone was paying and sending that on to them. But it was ironic because you've always talked about the fact that one reason this type of thing happens is because they're upset that I'm not conforming.
I talked about the classic example of the Salem witch trials from 1692, where obviously witches are seen as an abomination. They're seen as demonic, right? They're seen as separate from the community, not conforming to the community's morals, right? So in many ways, the Salem witch trials were they showed similarities to a moral crusade. And we'll talk about that a little later. We won't get into that too much, but so I want to make that point before we move on, because I want people to understand the purpose of a moral crusade and what it does, how it fosters conformity or attempts to, and how it really oversimplifies the world, so that people that they don't have to grasp with the they don't have to grapple with the complexity of someone who's maybe a little more complex, somebody who can say some off-color things in private messages.
Is that better? Okay. Sorry. I would say that I love the sound of my own voice, but I was muted there. But this guy really likes the sound of his own voice. He would never mute himself accidentally or anything like that. But this guy just loves the sound of his own voice. I've never seen anything like it.
Messages, someone who has a sarcastic sense of humor. You do. I do. Obviously, I got you in a little bit of trouble on Patreon, but you didn't do anything wrong. Like, part of our brand is to bring in levity.
Oh, yeah, you
can't clip a part of that segment and say, oh my God, she's not serious about stalking.
Duping delight or duper's delight.
So stupid.
Yeah, because they did a Patreon afterwards in which they're like, yeah, you can pay to hear us talk about my trauma some more. And then obviously people were like, yeah, that's fucked up. He's like, oh no, it's just our brand. We're just funny because these are really funny. These people have a great sense of humor. Everybody knows that.
So stupid.
If you don't laugh, you cry sometimes. So yeah, thank you.
Everybody that deals with true crime and law enforcement, investigators, they know how difficult it is. They know the importance of humor. Part of our brand is to be humorous. So let's talk about the definition of stalking.
Part of my survival depends on being humorous.
Yeah.
It's how I cope.
Right. But hey, let's vilify you for that. Let's continue the moral crusade train and just keep piling on because you showed a little bit of humor. Let me start with, so let's start defining stalking. So one of my favorite definitions actually comes out of the UK. So in the UK, there's some local police agencies and social workers and people that kind of deal with stalking that often refer to what they call the Big Four. And when I say the Big Four, I mean four as in capital F, capital O, capital U, capital R.
Oh my God.
And I know this is the UK and not here, but the Big Four stands for.
Okay. What is the Big Four?
F.
Yeah. What was that one?
Fixated.
Fixated.
Okay.
F means fixated. Fixated is this. So let's go through this. Is there fixation here? So yes, there is. There are social media accounts that specifically target you. That's part of the definition of stalking, is there has to be some type of individual target. Guess what? Every one of these social media accounts is fixated on you. Fixation, yes. O. The O stands for obsessed.
So he is defining what stalking is now. And stalking, as it turns out, is just, an abbreviation for four. This is something you learned in philosophy school. Okay. So, sure, there's a legal definition of stalking, but he gets to decide it himself. It's the word for just spelt out, and each word, the first letter of four, each letter is the first letter of another word, one of those things. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Here, there's 50 plus or more, way more if you count all the social media accounts.
100.
There's
over 100.
There's over 100 posts that show no signs of stopping or abating, all about you.
First of all, listen to what he's saying here, and then think Crusty Panties or Mike Gaffney. Like, he is literally defining the people who have Turtleboy derangement syndrome.
Is that obsessive? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Lindsay did admit on the stand during that hearing that they never heard from me that
she admitted it was about you.
She admitted it was about me.
You were the target.
Mm-hmm.
So we have fixated, obsessed. The U stands for unwanted. You, in an email and in a text, you said, I feel threatened. Please leave me alone.
In both the text and in email.
Email. Did that stop it?
No.
Nope. Actually, it escalated from there.
Oh, okay.
Everything that was being sent to you, you said, please don't do this. And the person continued. Not only continued, but escalated. The R stands for repeated. I think that's obviously a no-brainer. Was this behavior repeated? Obviously, over and over and over. So the definition of stalking, the most simplistic criteria for stalking are fixated, obsessed, unwanted, repeated. Yep, check, 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 check. Here's how on one of the websites that talks about the big four define stalking. Stalking, and this is stalking, this is physical or cyber, this is both, right? Quote, this is from a website in the UK. Stalking is a pattern of unwanted, repeated behavior that can leave you feeling scared or distressed. You don't have to be threatened with violence to be a victim of stalking. Any kind of persistent, unwanted contact that causes distress is stalking.
Any unwanted contact that causes distress is stalking. Is it? But either way, there's no contact. This woman is not contacting them at all, but okay.
Do you fit that definition? Yes.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't.
Let's talk about, again, this is from the same UK website. I'm also pointing out that this is not just the definition of stalking and cyber stalking we're talking about. This is all over the world. This doesn't just apply here. This is in Australia. This is in the UK. Right?
I know it's annoying me, the brow.
To identify stalking, they talk about this, what they call the 𝗧𝗂𝗍𝗍 strategy. To identify stalking, professionals often use the 𝗧𝗂𝗍𝗍 strategy. What's the first step? Surveillance. Stalkers often engage in surveillance, closely watching and tracking their victims' movements, routines, and social interactions. This includes monitoring their social media. The goal is to gather personal information and maintain a sense of control over the victim.
And let's talk about recording when at trials or crime.
Wait a minute. Monitoring their social media? Isn't that what you're doing to her? You're literally monitoring her fucking TikTok 24/7. What are you talking about?
Interestingly enough, one of the people who wrote the declaration for the stalker, Janice, admitted to filming us multiple times and then even showed in evidence her filming both my producer Grayson and myself, even at CrimeCon after the stalking injunction was put out, and actually put those videos that she unknowingly took of me into evidence.
But there's other ways that the surveillance applies here.
Correct.
They're following your Patreon. They're following when you did a Mormon Stories. She lets you know that she's watching that.
Yes.
She's following everything you're posting, everything you're doing, every social media post.
Like, I feel like this is all being egged on by him. I think we found out the problem here is that this guy is the one egging it on. She believes this man is the smartest person in the universe. That's why she's into him. Right. And so, like, he is convincing her that actually, look at all these books I have. You're a victim of stalking. You know? And it appears that way.
She's recording you without your consent. She's clearly, and she's doing this to gather personal information to harm you.
She even admits, I'm looking for their LinkedIn because I want to see who they're linked to. Isn't it strange they don't have it? I'm going to call UNLV. I did call UNLV. We know other people that they have contacted. Thank you to those who have reached out.
So surveillance. Number 2, life invasion. The tactic involves invading the victim's personal life or space. It can be as subtle as sending frequent, unsolicited messages, including on social media. Are you receiving frequent, unsolicited messages? Absolutely. The third one is the I part, intimidation. Stalkers often use intimidation to instill fear. How about showing up at CrimeCon when the stalking injunction said she couldn't, and then showing up in the bar 10 feet from you, taunting the police who had issued this injunction, within an hour showing up at the bar, basically saying to you, I don't care, I'm in control, I'm going to intimidate, I don't care about this injunction.
Also, I'm a free person living in a free country, and I paid $1,800 for this fucking ticket, and I bought it before you did. How about that? But somehow she's the problem. Okay.
I own you, right? It's intimidation. The nature of intimidation is threatening messages, aggressive behavior, or implying harm. Implying harm. So it can be something as simple as implying harm. Is there implicit threats and implicit harm throughout this? Absolutely.
Yes.
How about ruining your kingdom, burning your kingdom to the ground? Is that harm?
Yeah.
It also can include reputational harm. The final one is interference. The stalker is involved in deliberately interfering with the victim's life. Examples include damaging someone's reputation or trying to sabotage their personal or professional relationships. The goal is to isolate the victim and make them feel powerless or dependent.
That happens.
Right, exactly. You meet all those criteria. I'm going to read. Let's talk specifically about cyber stalking now. This is from the textbook. This is my favorite textbook on criminal psychology, by the way. Criminal Behavior, A Psychological Approach, 12th edition. It's by Kurt Bartol and Ann Bartol, page 521. Their definition of cyber stalking is using the internet or other forms of electronic communication to threaten or engage in unwanted advances towards another. Pretty simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you threatened? Yes. Was it unwanted advances? Absolutely.
Oh my God. You know, he seriously has the glasses on. Look at him.
Let's talk about cyberbullying.
Oh, let's
This is
talk
how
about
they define
it.
cyberbullying. Quote, cyberbullying is defined as sending or posting harmful or cruel text or images using the internet or other digital communication devices. Was saying that you engaged in non-consensual, that you desired to engage in non-consensual relations with your brother to obtain his sperm? Was that a cruel message?
Yeah.
Was that a cruel message? She didn't message you though. She just said it on her TikTok. Was that cruel? But that is what you were doing. You were trying to get his sperm after he was dead. That's fucking weird, bro. Okay, sorry.
Cyberbullying. I'm just gonna say quickly what this is also ultimately, this is what Bartol and Bartol say about cyber stalking. Quote, ultimately, much cyber stalking is designed to control the victim, usually through threats and harassment. So a large part of this is about control. Here's another definition of cyberbullying. This is from a research article. Quote, building upon this, the definition of traditional bullying, the authors have defined cyberbullying as, quote, an aggressive, intentional act carried out by a group or individual using electronic forms of contact repeatedly and over time against a victim who cannot easily defend him or herself. Some might argue that you could defend yourself, except you can't, really, you couldn't. Right? The reason you couldn't defend yourself is because our brand is not to engage in these types of petty arguments or conflicts with other creators. Like, we're not going to.
Quite literally all you've been doing, though. What are they talking about? That's all you've been doing, bro. It's not our,
he said, she said, or tit for
what
tat.
what is your brand? Your brand is being retarded. That's your whole brand. That's literally, what's our brand? Retarded, honey. With a capital R this time. That's all we're about.
That's not our brand.
What's your brand, fat boy?
We couldn't defend ourselves without looking like absolute fools.
Can you?
We couldn't defend ourselves because people have the perception that because we're a bigger channel, that somehow we would be bullying her.
Yes, you would.
We didn't want to defend ourselves because we didn't want to go public with this. We didn't want to defend ourselves because we thought we could ignore it long enough that it would go away.
So
but after months and months and months of continuing multiple posts and escalating, we realized
to the point where law and crime was getting involved.
Whoa,
we realized this got to the point where the risks were increasing, and we weren't willing to deal with this forever. And that is why in the end, we decided to get a stalking injunction.
A stalking injunction.
Well, what I meant about law and crime is even after that, it still got bigger. It's,
Yeah,
you know,
but-
how did they find out about it? And law and crime got involved. And then I decided
Who cares?
to draw my, not
okay.
Let's talk about the definition, the legal definition of stalking in Nevada. So
Okay.
I think, is it fair to say that, I mean, I guess our haters are going to disagree, but I think any reasonable person would, the criteria I just read would agree, I would hope, or think that they would see that as stalking, or at least cyber stalking.
Not so sure about that.
This is cyber stalking in Nevada.
Okay, let's hear it.
You put up, by the way, people can find the definition of cyber stalking is nothing more than a cat fight or two mean girls going at it.
Here we go. Yeah, that's all it is.
In Nevada, cyber stalking is considered a category C felony, carrying a prison sentence of 1 to 5 years and a fine of up to $10,000.
Okay.
The following requirements must be met in Nevada for cyber stalking. The accused person must intentionally cause harm to the victim, even if it's just trying to scare them or make them afraid. So intentional harm, that's a big part of it. Obviously, there's a targeted social media account, only about multiple targeted social media accounts, only about you. Did that induce a certain amount of fear in you?
Yes.
Could you?
Did it induce certain fear? They weren't trying to cause you fear, though. You just said the law says that they have to be intending to try to cause you fear. You being fearful isn't her fault. It's just an example of your brand, which is being retarded. That's your brand. Okay.
Explain.
Well, multiple. I mean, the song lyrics that she was posting were very frightening.
Oh
Crying
my
about what
God.
I lose. What am I going to lose? Burning my fucking kingdom.
The song lyrics were frightening
to the ground. Her accomplices constantly egging her on and inciting this, saying, yes, burn that kingdom to the ground, calling workplaces, other people coming forward and saying, I'm getting strange calls from this person saying you're bad, not to work with you, admitting to trying to find our LinkedIns months later, being suspicious, posting and sharing that they're following everything I say, putting eye emojis on podcasts that I'm doing, saying I'm watching you, doing things besides saying, please stop, I'm feeling threatened, posting
eye emojis, guys. There's I forgot. I didn't even know about the eye emoji.
That I'm feeling threatened. Continually, breaking a stalking injunction. Yeah. And by the way, to all of those that egged her on, there was peer pressure in this. One of those podcasters just claimed yesterday that they would have advised her against ever doing this, yet on her Instagram months ago put, you go girl. So maybe all of you should be considering how you played a part in this too.
Oh, you
keep in mind that several of the definitions I just...
Look at that face. Look at her face. Look how serious she is. Can't. My eyebrows fucked up. Really mad. My civil stalking injunction. Somebody said, you go girl on a comment. You go girl.
That's right about cyber stalking in cook groups. Let's continue. Criteria 2, Nevada for a category C felony for cyber stalking in Nevada. Category 2, the accused person must have used electronic devices such as a computer or phone to transmit information that puts the victim at risk of violence or harm.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Stalking must happen online or through some other electronic means. Criteria 3. Criteria 4, the victim must feel fearful.
Ooh.
Because of the accused person's actions. We just covered that.
Yeah, we covered that. Yep.
In Nevada is what's called the reasonable person standard. The conduct must be such that a reasonable person in the same situation would also be afraid.
That's a big problem. A reasonable person in this situation might also be afraid. No reasonable person would be afraid. None. Only a retarded person like yourself would be afraid, but you're not really afraid. You're just claiming to be afraid.
That, of course, that would not be up to us to determine. That would be up to the triers of fact, which would be a judge or a jury. Let's talk about.
Oh no, not another book. Not another book. Oh, Dr. John, stop.
This is from probably the best known textbook on stalking, the most well-read and respected textbook on stalking. It's called Stalkers and Their Victims.
Okay, yes, the Stalker's Handbook. Yep.
It's by Mullen, Pathé, and Purcell. It's the second edition from 2009. It's published by Cambridge University Press. Stalkers and Their Victims.
Oh yes.
Page 153. The following behaviors characterize cyber stalking. Number 1, sending repeated unwanted messages.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, via a public platform.
Right. So
through email, through text,
social media.
I'm feeling threatened, and then through a public social media platform.
Through social media. Another criteria, publishing private information of a potentially damaging or embarrassing nature. Again, I mentioned that publishing private information is illegal, but that too is cyber stalking. So anybody in this group who has published private information about you publicly that's potentially damaging to your reputation is part of the smear campaign.
Okay.
And they're engaging in cyber stalking. The next criteria, spreading false information. How many rumors, how much gossip has been spread about you that you damage, you hurt creators, that you don't care about victims, right? Like no matter what you say or do, that rumor persists endlessly. And then in the smear campaign, you get, wait for the receipts. Wait for the receipts. That too is a form of harassment. That too is a threat. When you wake up every day to a social media campaign of multiple people constantly saying they're going to take you down.
And writing, again, my professional contact saying, oh, just wait for the receipts. Just wait, they're coming.
That's.
So spreading false information, that's another criteria. Here's another criteria. Gathering information.
And like, bro, how many books does this man own on stalking? Like, and why does he have them all just ready to go like this? Is this like a sponsorship thing? I have to wonder this. That's a good question.
About a victim online. That's called doxing. Did we get doxed? Oh, we got doxed.
Oh, big.
We got so doxed.
Oh, we
they had to work a little bit harder because we didn't have a LinkedIn, which is super sauce.
super sauce. That's super sauce. First of all, we were so doxed. Were you? Did they post your address? Did they post your phone number? Did they post your social security number? Because that's what doxing is. Saying your name is not doxing. And you guys also sought out the attention.
Saying you don't have a face, you don't have a Facebook. Is anything we're saying true?
So doxing, by the way, that's classic harassment. In fact, doxing is defined as harassment. Were we doxed? Yes, I was doxed. You were doxed.
So doxed.
I guess there was some good news that came out of it because she said, the TikToker said that she believed there was so little information on us because we curated our accounts. We have curated
our Google search results.
We've curated nothing.
We haven't curated a dang thing.
I don't even know how I would curate. I don't know how to curate.
I mean, maybe we should get something to do that. We could.
And here's the last cyber stalking behavior that's that defines cyber stalking. Ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Encouraging others to harass the victim.
I don't remember doing that.
There's a lot of that. A lot of that
I
publicly.
don't remember that happening ever, but okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Their definitions.
Okay.
Or they don't even call it stalking. They call it obsessional following.
Okay. Oh, it's
This is how
funny.
they define obsessional following. Right?
Yeah, okay.
To go look at the legal and academic definitions, as I just defined, of stalking.
Okay, yep, stalking, yeah.
Because stalking, one of the interesting things out there in terms of listening to some of this debate about what stalking is that almost all the people who would disagree with the academic criteria that I'm reading and the legal criteria, they see stalking as like a 1930s phenomenon, where you follow someone around in your old Ford, I don't know, 1930s cars, your whatever, your old Ford jalopy with a gun, right? They think stalking is physically following someone around with a gun, right? Guess what? It's not. We live in 2025.
Okay.
Stalking is
TikTok.
fixated obsessional behavior that's unwanted and repeated that causes distress.
Yeah,
in the
he's a
victim.
lawyer
That's
now.
precisely what's going on with you.
He's a lawyer now. He's also
So this idea that there's a team Lauren and a team, I mean, people can believe whatever they want, but like this idea of teams is absurd. If you look at the criteria for stalking, how it's defined legally and academically.
So I messaged 𝗀𝗄𝗆 on Twitter today. I have not heard back from her. I also emailed 𝗄𝗄𝗆 and I have not heard back. So maybe I will hear from them in the future, or maybe, it's fine. Maybe they just don't want to talk, because that's perfectly fine too.
There's two teams. There's team Lauren, who fits all the criteria of stalking and cyber stalking, every one of them. And then there's the stalking team, who doesn't fit, who meets all the criteria of someone who's stalking. I don't know. I mean, have we litigated that in court yet? Nope. But I feel very confident that if and when we do, if we re-up this case and litigate it in another state that's not Provo, Utah.
What?
That we're going to show quite clearly that you meet the criteria for stalking and that you need protection.
So he's saying that if we bring this to another state, we're going to get the order. So the judge is the problem. Yeah, the judge. You're not going to get an order in any state in the country for this, no matter what state. They're actually blaming the state of Utah. Okay. And by the way, you could have pursued the order. There was another evidentiary hearing set up, and you guys canceled it because you didn't want to talk about this. And no matter what state you go to, I will be there. I'm flying out. If they go forward with this, cancel my 2:00. I'll be there.
And to the media who thinks that filming civil stalking injunctions is okay. By the way, I hope that you can reconsider that position and wonder if this is maybe why people that are being abused can't escape their abusers. Or that it might be used as an abuser's way of coercive control if they're encouraging media to cover a civil stalking injunction.
Abusers. This is so offensive to people who are victims of abuse that you are saying you're.
And on that point, by the way, we fought vigorously for privacy.
Vigorously.
The same county, by the way, where _Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I might add,
Oh.
by someone who was incited by online rhetoric and violence. The same county.
The same county. There it is. Charlie Kirk County. As if that makes a difference. As if if Charlie Kirk was killed in Alabama or New York or Indiana, somehow that would be like, because it happened in Utah, you're somehow more in risk here. Like, you're comparing yourself to Charlie Kirk. It's just so fucking offensive. I can't even deal with it.
Where someone lost their lives because of online rhetoric.
You said lives. Did Charlie Kirk have multiple
Lost
lives?
their life.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
On that note,
No.
we're talking about privacy.
Oh, God.
Let's remind everybody that you guys could have gone public.
Oh, Grayson.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
We could have sent
Shut-
masses to this woman's account 4 months ago. And why didn't we? Because we said, it's okay, we'll handle it. Let's just be private about it. We don't want anybody to know. Nobody knew about it for months.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, Grayson. Grayson's, you and your paper plate face. We could have been mobbing this Christina woman for months, but we didn't. We're good people. Shut up, Grayson. Shut up and produce.
Because we continued to just try and be quiet. And so we felt like we had no other option.
So Grayson is over here saying, let's remind people that we could have come forward in public 4 months ago and taken this into our hands and send everybody over to her account and taking care of this 4 months ago. But we didn't, because we wanted this to remain private.
Does Grayson live with them? Like, I can just imagine Grayson living with them and being like the nanny and the butler and the help. Like, Grayson must do it all.
And we didn't want people going over to her account to harass her or attack her. We could have come forward 4 months ago, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I'm also saying, somebody reached out to me who knows this person. and they just wanted to let me know that they had been contacted. And I told them, I find myself having a lot of empathy for her right now, regardless of what she's done, because I see the hate that she's getting. And I would never want somebody to feel that way. I would never want somebody to consider maybe doing something to themselves, or maybe, like,
oh my
I actually
God.
don't believe, I don't think that the way you get somebody to have remorse and to change their behavior is by screaming at them.
Yeah.
I actually feel like that incites anger and that makes them more vengeful. And so I find myself having a lot of
hurt people.
it can hurt people. It can incite, look at the death threat we got online with somebody loading a gun and quite literally shooting it, saying, if you come to my state, guess what I'm going to do? But
first of all, have they shared that? I must have missed that one. Have they posted that anywhere?
so I don't believe in that. And I was telling this person who reached out, who had a relationship with this person,
the TikToker,
and just wanted to give me some information. I said, thank you for the information. And I literally sent back a message and said, I find myself having a lot of empathy. And although I'm really struggling right now, it's no secret I am. I've been public about it. I haven't been public about the specifics. I find myself having a lot of empathy because I wonder if she's maybe in a similar boat.
Guys, it's no secret. Everybody in the country knows what Grayson's going through. She's having a tough time. Her and Mike Crawford, they're having a tough time together.
That I've been in for the last while. And I never want somebody to feel that way. And again, I don't think that going to her account and screaming at her and telling her she's wrong, if you want someone to change, that's not the way to get them to change. That actually makes them worse. The best way you can appeal to somebody's empathy and appeal to their conscience, really, if they have one, is by having one yourself and trying to do it reasonably. Now, is this person reasonable? I wouldn't necessarily say so, but I would say that, like, again, just going crazy on her on social media is not going to do anything.
I love how Dr. John is just not listening to Grayson at all. He's just like, when can I quote my next book here? Like, I need to sound smart. Like, shut up, Grayson. Like, he's just ignoring. Grayson's like retarded, like really retarded. Like, and that's why they have her on. And she's just like, yeah, see, it's so messed. Like, she is literally a Lauren true crime in training, but is like more retarded somehow.
Well, yeah, and to the people that egged her on. That's my point too. The peer pressure to every one of those commenters egging her on and continuing to tell her to do this. You also, hold some responsibility.
Yeah, you have blood. You have blood on your hands. Blood on your hands.
That's mobbing. Group bullying.
Yeah.
And you didn't help her either.
It is like a bullet name.
I've gone through the criteria for stalking, both legal and academic definitions. To me, it seems pretty clear cut that you meet those criteria.
Yeah.
Let's move on to different types of stalkers.
Okay.
So I'm going to refer to the same textbook, Stalkers and Their Victims, 2nd edition, published in 2009.
2nd edition. Okay, no more textbooks, dude. How many fucking textbooks do you need to go over the definition of stalking?
Further down the page, quote, for those stalkers who cannot abandon the hope of restoring the relationship, the harassment at least provides some semblance of connectedness to the lost friend.
She doesn't want a
For the
relationship.
rejected stalker who is predominantly angry and vengeful, the stalking seems aimed, in part, at continuing a relationship in which, for all their raging, they remain enmeshed. The stalking, in a sense, is a continuation of a relationship, the loss of which is too threatening, or which they remain bound by.
Oh my God, I can't with
this type. This type of stalker had.
Okay, I can't with this fucking book.
Someone who was attracted the stalker's enmity.
Oh God.
Trials, and I'm the big podcaster.
Wait, what does he say? Hello.
That somehow you're harassing her because she's the poor victim, right? That's what's resentful.
She's not a creator. She's just a person that is a tourist at trials, and I'm the big podcaster.
You are, yes, you are doing that. That's correct.
Let's dig a little bit deeper into the resentful stalker.
Oh my God, shut
Here's
up.
some clinical. This type of stalking is in control over someone who is in most. The more extended episodes of resentful stalking is striking back at the oppressor. Talk about psychopathology of the resentful stalker. They derogate others. That means they put others down.
He's still talking.
Defensiveness and denial is rampant. Do I know for sure that she fits this category? No, I don't. Like, just looking at her behaviors, it seems like she fits some of this, but I'm not diagnosing here.
Oh, good.
Right?
Thank
I'm just
God.
reading from a
Thank
textbook.
God. Thank God.
Research.
I'm citing the.
I'm not diagnosing. I'm not doing I mean, Jesus Christ, how are these two real? They deserve each other. I cannot believe this guy. How does somebody like him, as obnoxious of him, get a fucking, a skinny blonde wife like Lauren? Not that Lauren's not like hot or anything like that, but she's out of his league. I think we can all agree on that. Like, how the fuck did he pull this off? That's what I want to know.
Research, right? I'm not saying necessarily that she fits this. I think people can make that decision on their own. Let's go on. Page 77, next paragraph, quote, resentful stalkers as a group showed a marked tendency to consciously attempt to present themselves in a socially desirable light, perhaps fitting with our view that these people attempt to project themselves as good victims battling the forces of evil. Let me repeat that because it fits everything we talked about earlier.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's exactly how this is framed.
Yeah, they're the forces of evil.
That's exactly how most smear campaigns are framed.
Okay. Yep.
The results of MMPI studies in 24 resentful, so taunting police, doing mic drops outside of courthouses.
Mic drops. Yeah. Okay.
Violating stalking injunctions within hours after they're served by police, telling the stalker, you cannot go within 500 feet of your victim, no matter what. Those are some of the definitions. So I talked about the definitions of stalking. I talked about the types of stalking. Now let's talk about victim impact.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, before I get to victim impact, let me talk a little bit about, let's talk more about actually qualities of cyberbullies. So specifically about cyberbullies. There isn't a lot of research on adult cyberbullies, by the way, but there's enough. There's some interesting research. This is from a research article entitled Systematic Review of Empirical Studies on Cyberbullying in Adults, What We Know and What We Should Investigate. This is by Gennaro et al. In the journal Aggression and Violent Behavior. This is 2018, so reasonably recent, volume 28. This is on page 118. Here are some of the qualities of cyberbullies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Quality.
Quote, in a cyberbullying situation, not only the victims are affected, several studies found that cyberbullies exhibit more psychological symptoms, including depression.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's interesting, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sometimes engage in violent and drug crimes.
I can't.
This is an extraordinary.
Okay. Oh, great. Another book.
How does cyberbullying impact its victims? This is an extraordinary. This is an extraordinary study.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to say for all those people saying bring the receipts. Dr. John's bringing the research receipts.
I'm bringing the research.
Oh,
receipts.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He's bringing the
That's
research.
right. You brought the actual receipts. I'm bringing the research receipts. This is from a well-known article in the American Psychologist. The American Psychologist, by the way, is one of the premier journals for psychologists. It's from 2017, volume 72. It's Underwood and Ehrenreich. It's called The Power and Pain of Adolescence's Digital Communication, Cyber Victimizations, and the Perils of Lurking. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sure does.
Admittedly, I'm going to frame this by saying, admittedly, this is pertaining to adolescents. Okay. But I'm sure this has application to adults.
Sure does.
Oh,
Relying on surveys about the frequency of cyber stalking may keep us from understanding. This is according to their survey. The impact of even a single episode proving it.
Well, one reason we chose to not say this person's name and to blur her and the TikToks, which we didn't need to do, we didn't.
Oh, you're so great.
Was because of that understanding. We're not going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being
But
so
this
nice.
research
She appeared publicly. She wanted everyone to find her. She was working on algorithm. She admits it on the
Yeah.
TikTok. Come join me. Send the word. Spread the word. Here we are.
Oh,
and then we still did.
God, I can't.
When people say Team Lauren's a joke, I don't know what they're saying. I don't care. But the point, like this,
you definitely
data,
know
this
what
research that shows, I'm going to read it again because it's so, the impact of even a single episode is potentially extremely serious because the behavior is immediately viewed by hundreds of friends and followers and is preserved forever in digital form. Not to mention which the internet is open 24/7.
Yeah.
So any threats or any posts on social media can happen at any time of the day or night. There were times when you would wake up at 3 a.m. and go, is there a post?
She would wake up at 3 a.m. and go, is there a post? She would, and remember, one of the earlier elements of stalking is when you would always go to their social media. She wakes up in the middle of the night and it's like, did she TikTok about me? Is there a TikTok? I have to go and seek her out again. And instead of him being like, bro, log off, wifey. This is not healthy for you. Maybe you should just stop looking at it. But no, it's not her that needs to work on her head. It's everyone else that needs to work on not affecting her this way.
Is there a post? What does she say now? Is she threatening me now? But this explains why even a single episode of cyberbullying can be traumatic.
Yeah.
Because the fear is that it's going to be viewed by hundreds or thousands of people, and it's never going to be erased. It's going to exist forever. This is exceptionally important. Let's talk about more victim impact. I'm going to read from
more victim
an article called "The Developmental Approach to Cyberbullying, Prevalence and Protection." We found that cyberbullying is associated. And here I'm going to return to the textboook Criminal Behavior.
Oh my God.
523
More
of Lee Overtime.
textbooks.
That's the point about how one incident can be so damaging. Cyber stalking goes on over and over and achievement, low life satisfaction, and definitions and criteria of stalking. I've covered the types of stalking. I've covered
How is this
impact,
guy
I've covered-
real? How is this guy
I'm
real?
looking at this and you
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Here we go.
told me about this part and this is important.
Told
So
you this is going to take a long time.
Oh my
he was
God.
making fun of my 9-hour live. Dr. John is ready.
Oh,
He's
Dr.
like, hold my Coca-Cola. Here we go.
She is so turned on, by the way. Like I said this before, and I'll say it again the other day. She thinks this shit is hot. This is just does it for her. Like, because obviously looking at him, this guy is repulsive looking. Nobody could ever be physically attracted to him. But she just loves. She's like, oh, John, read me another book about stalking. tell me I'm a victim, John. You know, have my back unconditionally. Be a cliche, you know, just be wicked corny and wicked. Like, no, oh my God. I guess there's someone for everyone. Like this, they're literally soulmates. They are perfect for each other. I can't imagine any other woman ever choosing to be with this guy. God.
I don't drink Coke. Hold my iced tea. So I put up a diagram.
Oh God.
From a book called The Psychology of Stalking, Clinical and Forensic Perspectives. It's edited by J. Reed Malloy.
Okay. Yeah.
Of stalking. So for Malloy,
yeah,
he means essentially is that someone with narcissistic features that's very self-absorbed, fears, that's how people become so obsessed. Quote, Irene, your object. That's the basis of stalking. Yeah. But let's I'm gonna switch lanes a little bit here because I'm gonna come back to this, but I'm gonna switch lanes.
Okay, switch lanes. Okay.
So I'm gonna swerve.
Why don't we stop there while he switches lanes, and then we'll come back to this at another time. We have like an hour or so of that left, but I just can't. I mean, I can't. It's the same thing. There's 3 hours and 45 minutes of that. Jesus Christ. All right, let me read some turtle chats here. And you know, I got a little fired up tonight. That wasn't my plan, but I just get fired up, and I'm like, I'm just so sick of, you know, these douchebags. And I got this, you know, I did see this, that I thought needs addressing here. I thought I sent it to myself today. Hold on, do I have it over here? So what's this? Actually, I should have it over here then. So like this is, speaking of court work. So this is, you know, probate court documents are public. And so this is James Amaral's, let's read his probate court docs, what this filing says. Because, you know, JFK likes to ask them questions. You know, he's got a lot of questions. So I have some questions too. So this is a Katie Dixon has filed an emergency motion to dismiss visitation in 2017, 12/18/17. It's not that long ago. Okay. An emergency motion to suspend or dismiss all visitation with the child. Okay. Why? The child is in fear of being left alone in care of the father. Why? The mother suspects possible child sexual abuse as well as child neglect while intoxicated on drugs and leaving the child alone to sleep on strangers' couches. So that's what, again, these are court documents. I think these are called receipts. Is that what they call them? Receipts? So JFK, my dude, you like to ask questions, right? About a recording. I know that's a real serious thing. But like, what about this allegation of sexual abuse? I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying I got questions. And I'm a reporter looking into shit. And, you know, you guys are big. You're a big fucking deal now. You know, you guys are big broadcasters. You know, you got a lot of subs. You know, you got a lot of fans. You got the blessing of Karen Reed. You know, everybody's talking about you guys. Everybody wants to know about you guys. So, like, does she know about this? About the allegations? Because that's not a good look. I'm just saying. Did he get this cleared up? I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying the Lauren Berry didn't die from natural causes that had nothing to do with it. I'm not saying that. Okay. But this is a little bit troubling, my dude. And again, you guys wanted the smoke. You guys were like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm feeling big now. My balls are fucking swollen. I'm feeling real fucking ballsy. So I'm going to start a war with fucking Turtleboy. Okay. Okay. So this is the war now. So now I fire back and I'm like, what up with this? Like, I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. How do you explain this? This is a court document, bro. 2017, 12/8/17. It's not that long ago. Maybe you can explain this one to me. I got questions. So maybe you should, figure that out. I'm just saying. Katie Dixon, give her a break. I know James wasn't really around much, so Katie Dixon did a lot of the child rearing. So I think those are called receipts. He was busy though. He was getting high with the 19-year-olds. So anyway, back to this. Okay. Did you see 𝗀𝗄𝗃 on her daughter Crush's channel? She said Lauren was shit talking her and using them. Yes, we talked about that in the last episode. Lauren then struck their video for copyright. Exactly. I saw that. It was unbelievable. Sheila sends $10, goes, 𝗀𝗃 went on her daughter Crush's channel. Yes, I know. And said that Lauren was shit talking them and she feels used. After the live, Lauren copyright struck both of them. The channel is difficult research. Yeah. And that's like, she stands for victims, but she's copyright striking the victims. Okay. That makes sense. Sarah sends $10, goes, the fact that you use a Sharpie has me dying. Imagine it not coming off for your hearing tomorrow. I'll have it off for you. It comes off pretty easily. People think Sharpies are forever. They come off. Nicole sends $5, goes, Lauren True Crime is Angelica Pickles all grown up. Just a spoiled, entitled brat that's always been a mean girl. #FreeDaddy. Well, thank you. Courtney sends $5 and goes, I think Grayson gets locked in the cage with Dr. Peter Griffin at night. Also, fuck James Jackson and JFK and free the turtle. Well, thank you, Courtney. Mellows Lipitor sends $5 and goes, listen, Turtle, I've been watching you for over a year now, and I didn't realize how bad the fake victim saga actually was. Here's $5 for your trouble. Well, thank you. And I hope that opened people's eyes to what happened. I appreciate that. Kristen sends $5 and goes, I think Lauren, Dr. John, and Grayson are suffering from a 3-person version of folie à deux, French for madness of two, also called shared psychosis or shared delusional disorder. Thanks for making us laugh, Brow Daddy. Thank you very much, Kirsten Lee. Okay, we got any cash apps here? Laura sends $5 and goes, tell JFK to stop stealing Microdots videos for content. Is he doing that? That's not cool. They're not polos, bro. You can't just put them in a bag. You got to ask to use people's content. No, I'm just kidding. Richie's a good sport. He's not petty, so he wouldn't do that to you. So thank you very much. Thank you, Laura, for that. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. Thank you guys for joining me for the YouTube presentation tonight. I got court tomorrow. Yeah, wish me luck. Hopefully this stupid order gets thrown out. And but we'll see what the Atlantic City courthouse is like tomorrow for me. So we'll talk about it later, I'm sure. But anyway, you guys have a great night. So we can't have a 10 a.m. stream tomorrow because I got court. So anyway, we'll see you guys then. Peace to you, bum crease turtle riders. And don't forget to brush your teeth. Out.
It calls for data